Boston College Eagles. There are only two teams left in what started here as the Frozen Four. The other, the Badgers of Wisconsin, the #1 seed. We are in Milwaukee, the third time this city has hosted the Frozen Four. And now we are down to a championship game. Over 17,000 on hand, and the Wisconsin fans are going to make it hard on the fans from BC to be heard here tonight. Welcome, everybody. Coming to the rink. This is the Bradley Center. And yes, there are just two left. And what's to be determined is the national championship in Division I college hockey. The Eagles with 26 wins, the Badgers 29 on the year, and both desperately want one more. They got here, Boston College, with a victory over North Dakota 6-5. Wisconsin beat Maine 5-2. So those are the two that are left. With Barry Melrose, I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome, everybody. A delight to have you with us. Look forward to what should be a great game and a very loud crowd. We have All-Americans. They were named yesterday. For Boston College, Chris Collins.
Well, I've seen this kid play 3 times in the last 2 weeks. Every game he shows me something different. One game he gets a hat trick. Unbelievable game. Next game he blocks a shot, killing a penalty. Leads to a shorthanded goal. Third game he shows me a physical battle. He wins with a great big defense and throws the puck out in front. Scores a great goal. Complete player.
We look at goaltending from the West. Their #1 goaltender, All-American Brian Elliott.
And if this goaltender doesn't win the Hobey, no goaltender's ever going to win the Hobey. He leads the United States in just about every goaltending category. He's got his team 1 win away from a national championship. He's got the best beard in college hockey. Awesome playoff beard. And yet, Gary, still no love from Hobey. I can't figure it out, man.
Obviously, you were not a voter. The teams,
No.
teams are being introduced. This is the dream they've all had, but when you get here, no time to dream about it.
Couldn't sleep real well last night because I was thinking about what that feeling, what that emotion would be like.
But it was still keeping me up a little bit. It's a pretty exciting thought to enter your mind to be national champions, and right now it's down to us or Wisconsin.
Fans are filing in here. We're expecting a near sellout crowd of about 18,000 to see Wisconsin take on Boston College in the championship game of NCAA hockey. Hi there, I'm Mike Hall, high above the Bradley Center, along with my partner Bob Norton. And you can see behind us there's a lot of red. It's going to be a big home ice advantage, Norty.
Yeah, huge. I think the coach York's done a great job getting this team here. But if home ice is worth a goal, it's worth 2 goals tonight. These fans are crazy. Wisconsin on the tops in the country.
And all the talks about Elliott, but Corey Schneider, pretty good goalie too.
Well, if you come into a hostile environment, your goalie better get it done for you. First team All-American, Corey Schneider. He's been terrific all year. He'll have to be great tonight.
We'll be back at the intermission, but Gary and Barry have the championship call when we return on ESPN.
ESPN's presentation of the NCAA Men's Frozen Four. Brought to you by Pontiac, the official performance machines of the NCAA.
And it is a raucous house. After all, this is Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And this is Wisconsin, the #1 seed. So there's going to be a lot of red in this crowd tonight. Boston College Eagles ready to go. Tonight's game brought to you in ESPN HD. And in order to keep this crowd down, Boston College knows an early goal could have a huge influence on this game. To get on top early, we'll see. The officials, they are from the CCHA. As Matt Shagas, Kevin Langseth, and Keith Sarragut. And we are ready to go. The top lines against one another, as it'll be Brian Boyle on the face-off against Joe Pavelski, and we are underway. This is for the championship Division I college hockey, and the best of these teams' lines match up against one another to start this game. Billy Jerry is out there on defense along with Peter Harrell. Keep an eye on him. #7 for Boston College, a bad ankle, hurt in the last game. Centering pass goes off a broken stick and rolls out the center. It'll be dumped back in. First line change underway. And it will be whistled on the offside.
Well, Gary, if experience means anything, the edge goes to Boston College. Jerry York, one of the great longtime coaches in college hockey. He's been here and won it twice before with different teams. Bowling Green once, Boston College once. So this guy knows about winning. He knows about championship games, and he better know about taking the crowd out of it, because this crowd's fired up right now. They got to score the first goal.
749 wins, second most in Division I college hockey. Boston College in the dark uniforms, the red and white being worn by Wisconsin here tonight. Billigari's pass got blocked on the far side. Mike Brunning couldn't move it out. Sent back deeper into the zone. Aiello comes back to get it. Aiello got tagged up behind the net. 2 forecheckers up for Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Puck roll free into the middle. Good hold by Tom Gilbert. Drops it off. 3-on-2. Down low. Couldn't handle it. Boy, that one just rolled away. First great chance. McMurchie just couldn't reach it. McMurchie a shot deflected off a stick. Dumped right along the goal line. Good pressure being put on here. Joe Dre dumped it back out onto the point. Josh Ingle will hold it in. Joe Dre trying to get it into the middle. Poke checked away by Brennan in behind the net. Boston College, though, having trouble getting control of the puck. BC expected this. They felt because of Wisconsin's advantage with the crowd and all the adrenaline that they would have to withstand about 10 minutes of this kind of play. That one will be held onto by Corey Snyder.
And Mike Eaves, the coach of Wisconsin, wants to continue what's going on at the start of this period, and that's aggression, that's intensity, that's physical play. Get the puck in Boston College, do some banging, keep this crowd into it. Don't let the crowd get down, don't let them sit down, don't let them quit clapping, don't let them quit yelling. Mike Eaves, great young coach, rebuilt this program the last couple of years, got them back on track. They're used to being in this game.
Ben Straight on this face-off for Wisconsin will lose that one. Gervais won the draw. Gervais in the middle. That one got popped up the street. And it rolls away in Boston College with the Yips trying to move that puck out of the zone early on here. And that is not surprising either in this game. Carlson in behind the net. What a line this is. Carlson, Street, and Skilly for Wisconsin. They put on a show the other night in their victory against the Maine Black Bears. For Boston College gets their best chance up ice. That'll be blocked into the corner. So there's their first chance into the zone. Motherwell is a freshman defenseman who lugged that one. Shot save made. A couple of good chances right there on Brian Elliott. They're talking about the numbers. They are the best in the nation.
Well, he does everything. His numbers are fantastic. He's got great size. We saw him at the Hobie ceremony. He's very well spoken. He's a dream. Does everything great. Very solid. The pucks go to the side. You saw that shot right there. The puck went up in the air out of play. That's what great goalies do. They don't let a second shot go into play. They make sure the rebound goes away from the net.
He is a junior. Off the face-off, BC trying to get a shot. Adams tried to backhand that one in. Couldn't do it. Still was able to hold the puck in, though. On the far side, Boston College now putting their first pressure on. It'll be dumped by the Orpik, Gannon, and Adams line out there right now. Wisconsin, the flip up off the board. Aiello was there for BC to knock it away. Aiello does battle on the near side. Still had it. Now Aiello just did a 360 and turned it back in. Likens drops it wide side, deep into the zone, and way offside. They'll have to clear. Elliott holds it up behind the net. 2 shots early on for BC, only one for Wisconsin. Brought back from the point. Looking into the middle, shot and a save made. And Corey Snyder coming up big on the shot from the near side point, and a good one as it got wristed in by Degenhardt. 2-on-2 the other way. Trying to make a 3-on-2. Good back checking job. Thomas could not turn it out. Head down by Earl. Back into the middle. Shot. Big save. Oh, they are coming fast and furious for Wisconsin here as their first line having a chance. And the D, Tom Gilbert, jumped into that last play. And that's got the fans going. A penalty coming on Boston College. An extra skater out. Boyle puts the hit on. Bolesky leaves it back out. Still extra skater on the ice for Wisconsin. Earl shot. Save made. And there is the penalty call on the Eagles.
Oh, listen to this building, Gary. They love what's going on. Boston College does look nervous. They've had their pockets picked a couple times already in this game where they have complete possession of it and they don't get it out. Right there, you see Bertram have it. No problem. Puck's turned over, great scoring chance, and this is a great save by Snyder. This is exactly what this kid needs. It'll settle him down, it'll take his nerves away, it'll give him confidence. So the first shot like that, a big save for his team, will really get Snyder going. The forgotten man really among goaltenders in this game. Everybody's talking about Elliott, how great he is. Snyder's got 8 shutouts, same as Elliott, so both these goalies know what to do.
Here is a power play now for the Badgers, 18th in the nation on their power play. They have gone 3 for 19 here in the NCAA tournament. For Boston College, their penalty kill 10th in the nation, but they've only given up 1 power play goal in 22 chances here in the tournament. Brought back in, Wisconsin will try and get it set up now. They'll keep their first line out there. Skilly will join them on the power play. Skilly moved it back into the corner. Take it away. The Eagles will be very aggressive here on the penalty kill. It just rolled around the wall, and Rooney's going to bring that out. They're a good short-handed team. Rooney leaves it. Arrow a chance. That gets blocked out deep, and both teams will change it up.
You're exactly right, Gary. Boston College scores a lot of shorthanded goals. They've scored 12 this year, one of the best in the nation, so they're not scared to take chances.
Skilly dumps it in, the second most shorthanded goals of any Division I team. Likens open at the blue line, couldn't get the pass back to him, and it's cleared out. Good work by Collins, who put the pressure on that time.
He does everything, man. He kills penalties. He blocks shots, as I mentioned, in the open. He's a physical presence. He doesn't get pushed around, does everything.
Up comes Wisconsin on the power play. 57 seconds left to go. Earl got stripped of the puck, and he's offside. They have to come to Burnish on the near side. Aaron Burrish drops it back onto the point now. Jodre will play one of the points here. Hollander is a defenseman. Had that one blocked, and that'll be rolled away. Goldinger ended up down low.
Again, they use Boyle killing penalties on the point, believe it or not. That giant centerman. Great reach, great presence on the blue line.
Short-handed the other way, and a save made. Rebound almost. And again, that short-handed move put on. Collins rolled that one in. Looking back into the middle, centered right through the top of the paint. Power play's got 23 seconds left on it. Wisconsin's got to clear the zone again. Earl and Pavelski running through the middle on that last chance, but nobody could tip it. They've got time left here. Andy Brandt brings his line out, centered, gets blocked, and Gianna played out of the zone. Gerbe got it out of there. Boston College penalty killing, getting it done here. One more clear, and they will have done it, and that's what they do.
Probably Boston College got a better chance of scoring the shorthanded goal than the power play goal. They've only scored 37 power play goals. They've scored 12 shorthanded goals, so their penalty killing is more dangerous.
That one is Andy Brandt into the corner. The carry, and Degenard on this line for Wisconsin. They will ice it, and we are 14:22 to go. Good action here in the first period. A championship on the line. We like cheese, actually.
That's not right, man. That's too personal.
Take a look at Corey Snyder. He set a new record. BC goaltender saves 1,051 so far.
No, he's getting no credit. He's getting no love from anybody in this tournament because Elliott's getting all the ink. But this kid's the real deal. He's the reason Boston College is here.
Brandt will move in on this face-off. It will be one back. Rodre on the draw. Move back off the near side. Here's Rooney. Rooney a step. Rooney a shot. Another big save made. Elliott there to knock it away for Wisconsin, and a penalty coming up. This one again looks like it's going to be on the Eagles as it's bumped the length of the ice, and there's the whistle. Along the wall, the call's going to be made for holding. Holding the stick, and Boston College is going to be short again.
And it looks like Bertram's going there. And again, I don't think, certainly Boston's not happy about this, but they are a very good penalty-killing team. And if you can kill these penalties off early, it gives you energy, it gives you a lot of confidence. Schneider has seen some shots. He's seen some shots through traffic, so he certainly feels good.
Chris Collins, 6 shorthanded goals on the year, is their leader in that department. And now Boston College right back on it as Bertram's called on holding the stick at 5:57. Second power play of the game already for the Wisconsin Badgers. Wisconsin 13 in the nation in offense. Boston College was 8 in that department. And here's a big chance to get on the board. Earl in the corner. Sends it back in behind the net. Burrish and Earl working with it here. Gilbert's got a big cannon shot right there, number 14. He can gun it. And Gilbert has been the second leading defensive scorer in goals in the nation. Right at the side of the net, Earl. There's Gilbert. Drops it back out on top. They'll use a forward out there sometimes on that point. Gilbert coming back into the middle. They've got Earl on the offside post. Pavelski in, shot. That got deflected off a goaltender's stick after it ricocheted off the defenseman. Got room here. They're trying to load up on that far side and free Earl up, or Gilbert here. Gilbert with the puck. Now they'll overload on the near side. Centered again. Shot. Another save. Rebound. Loose and clear to the side wall. Pavelski with 2 chances in front of the net. Pavelski has had 3 chances on this power play, and the Eagles clear.
Great move by Schneider. He was very strong on the puck, held his ground, did not back up into the crease area. Again, this kid's getting more confident every time the puck comes to him. He looks very, very calm right now, very, very strong in net.
Rodre, number 24, is working on the point, even though he is a forward. Good break up by the penalty killers yet one more time. Perrio brings it in. His shot. That one will skip to the near side and all the way back to center. Boyle tried to gun it the other way, got intercepted and sent in. Snyder Schneider could not get back there. Ferriero 9-irons that one, which is more than they did most of the day in the Masters. Cleared back to the point. Shot! That one deflected up and off the glass high. Did not get that one where he wanted it. Down to 18 left on the power play. They've got Carlson set up now down low. Carlson looking on the goal line. And going to the middle will be Steely, but they can't get the puck there. Wisconsin was not ready to get that unit set up.
Two excellent kills again by BC. They take the passing lanes very well. They got big guys in defense with long reaches. Very tough to get the puck through side to side through the box.
And back to 5-on-5 hockey now as the Badgers unable to convert on 2 chances. Ollinger trying to clear it up the wall, intercept a shot and a save made. Very tough angle right there. Elliott able to knock it away. Irbe goes back into his own zone, shoots it back through center. Ollinger's got it. Now this thing tightens up. The fans have to settle in a little bit as Boston College has withstood that early rush they expected with 11:36 left to go here in the period. That could have been a call. The fans from Wisconsin wanted one. It won't get it on that hit from behind by Gilbert. Played back in behind the net. Wisconsin looking to move around the boards. Not a lot of room. Andy Brandt just got it pinned up there. Brandt doing battle with Matt Green. Now it's dropped off and nobody's got control here. Badgers in their own end working along that wall. BC will always take that because BC does not mind grinding it out there. They were in the middle of a line change. The Badgers were. Street will come back to get it. And Street lost it. Rolled in front. Backhander. Score! This Boston College team, which has been so opportunistic, gets another one as Pat Gannon scores.
Gary, this is so BC. This is how they score the majority of their goals. They're not a pretty team. They just outwork you. They finish their checks. They win the battles. One BC player against 2 Wisconsin players. He wins the battle. Actually a bad luck bounce for Elliott in front of the net. But a BC player always is around that puck. They work so hard. Great skating club. They're not a big physical club per se with size, but they got guts and they play extremely hard.
Goal comes at 9:01, the 13th of the year for Gannon. Bertram picks up the assist on his forechecking effort, and the Eagles have taken a 1-0 lead in this game. Played back in behind the net by Brennan, and he's forced back to forecheckers. Carlson moved in and puts the hit on. Up the near side boards, Gannon stays out, flips it by Gilbert, but this one's going to be called on the icing. So far for Boston College, all positive. They withstood the early rush. They are out shooting Wisconsin, and they get the first goal. 1-0. Youngest team in the nation in college hockey, Boston College, average age of 20, a surprise appearance. Even their own coach admits, we didn't think this was going to be the year we'd be in the Frozen Four, much less the Final Two. And they are, and they've got the lead early on in this game. That one rolls by Elliott right off the faceoff, will be whistled for icing.
And Gary, they're in a large bid. They weren't a slam dunk to get here. They had to win their way here. So it wasn't like they won 30 games this year and were a great team from start to finish. They had lapses. They had a lot of players struggle. There's Mrs. Collins. She's got to be pretty happy right now.
Glenn and Ann on hand here, and for Ann,
she took all the credit last night.
She should take all the credit. Absolutely. She is battling through multiple sclerosis and appeared at virtually every single game to watch Chris Collins play. Wisconsin chance ripped wide. Where they're getting the puck down low, though. Boston College has not been able to free that area. Gilbert with a great chance, and this is 5-on-5 hockey. Jerry moves that one out. Boston College can fly down the middle. Nowhere to go. Chris Collins as he got dumped. Collins ran into his own man, and he's getting up very slowly. Collins ran into Bradford, and he is having a tough time getting over to the bench. Stick on his knees and bent over, and that is their leader with the 34 goals and 64 points. And he's on the bench right now. Knocked down by Burish. Burish had to take that one to the wall, had Rooney on him. Sends it into the corner. Earl over there trying to get it back for Burish. Burish dumps it. Little center right off the side of the net. Burish tried to play that one off the back of the goaltender that time. Comes around the near side boards, and Orpik will clear that one out. Little room straight up the middle. Shot on, deflected off the D, will roll back into the corner. Good chance Bertram, who broke out of the zone on a nice pass. Earl bring it back the other way. Burish back into the middle. Pass a little bit behind the defenseman. Couldn't get the shot off. Pavelski, and there's another good work in front of the net. Boston College got a lot of their defense really coming back to help out on Corey Snyder down low early in this game. Burrish pinned that one up on the wall. Carlson came back in to help out. Earl moved in from behind the net. Comes around the near side, and the Eagles with a 1-0 lead. We'll move it through center. Just dump it in. Rooney.
Wisconsin's got good forwards, Gary. They got 4 lines that can score. They got 4 lines that can make plays. Excellent group of forwards for Wisconsin.
Degenhardt was the one who moved that one up for the Badgers and got it in. Brandt sends it back in behind the net. Lakari put that hit on, but couldn't get the puck, and the Eagles again will clear it out of the zone. Boston College, Gerbe coming down the line. It's taken out of the play, and it's going to be an interference call in Wisconsin. There's the touch, and Boston College is going to get a power play. Not a good penalty. That was in wide open ice, and he just held his man up with the puck really not very close.
Well, the power play has been a problem for Boston College all year. They're 45th in the nation. Definitely a bad penalty, Gary. That Boston College player Gerbe's got a right to go to the puck. You're going to see the Collin hit right here. He's going down. And he was on the bench for a while there. The trainer was looking at him.
I think he got his cage rattled literally on that one.
The coach better be over there looking at him because that guy cannot be hurt.
Olinger is out of there, and the interference call at 11:38. Collins is back out on the ice on the power play. And they will set it up on their first power play chance. Boston College, their power play 45th in the nation, 3 for 19 here in the NCAA tournament. And Wisconsin's penalty killing now is ranked 2nd in the country. Wisconsin's not given up a power play goal in the last 32 chances, covering 7 games. And that's what Boston College faces here. They will try and get it set up, move back into the corner and down low. Gilbert came back to play it, pushed it up off the dasher. Collins will pick it up. Collins dumps it off to the point. Dangerous play as it's moved out of the zone. Pavelski got it out on goal. Now Wisconsin will change. Trying to catch him off ice. Motherwell will bring that one in, working the point. Brett Motherwell, number 8, quick in this good play. He is a freshman, all-rookie team in Hockey East. Has a tremendous shot. Collins back. Another dangerous pass by the Eagles.
And that's Carlson. Don't forget he scored a shorthanded goal last game. Played a great game killing penalties.
There he is. Got it shot. And that one goes wide. Carlson had the intercept and the setup up front for Jodre. It'll be dumped back in, and the penalty killers of Wisconsin are actually putting the offense on.
I think BC is almost to the point that they're going to quit accepting these power plays because they haven't had a good power play in 2 weeks, man. It's just not a good group of power play players for BC.
They went 1 for 6 in the first game here of the Frozen Four against North Dakota. Aiello, who is a freshman, there he is, got his first goal in that game, his first career goal, and that pass too hard will go the length of the ice. And that's going to bring it to 20 seconds left on the power play chance. Boston College, one more up here. Gerbe is the man out in front. They were trying to get the puck to. It's brought in down the near side, and they had to dump it into the zone. Gerbe coming back to get it. Hit put on Engel. Engel returned the favor. Another hit by Gilbert. Puck free in the corner. Another big hit and a whistle in behind the net. See what we're going to get on the call here. That was McMurtry on the last hit. Looks like a high sticking call coming against Boston College and maybe a matching minor. Want to remind you, you can catch 7 innings of college softball on ESPN tomorrow afternoon. The Oklahoma Sooners and Texas A&M Aggies wrap up their weekend series. College softball, ESPN tomorrow at 4:30.
Well, BC is using Jonta on the point in the power play, Gary, and that's one of the things we were looking for. If Jonta was playing the point, that means that Harold's ankle isn't very good, and they'll probably only use him for special situations. So that's something we'll watch the rest of the game. Both these teams use a forward on the power play on the point, and sometimes that turns into shorthanded goals against, as we've seen many times in this tournament already.
A right ankle injury to Peter Harold, an All-American Hockey East #1 defenseman. He's not out there. That shot deflected did not go through as Mike Brennan took it. Power play is over, so neither team able to convert on a power play chance. Carlson back in behind the net, hit hard by Brennan. Everybody goes down, and the puck loose along the wall. That'll be whistle. Let's go to Scott Reese to our Sports Center 30 at 30.
All right, Gary, round 3 of the Masters delayed by rain 4 hours and 19 minutes, so they are still on the course at Augusta National. Chad Campbell, your leader at 8 under. Phil Mickelson, 3 strokes back Tiger Woods is 6 off the pace. Everybody wondering about Brett Favre's future as a Packer? Well, they asked him that very question at his charity golf tournament today in Tunica, Mississippi, and he did not reveal anything new about his plans for next season. Details on SportsCenter, 11 Eastern.
Boston College has the 1-0 lead on the Pat Gannon goal. These teams have met a number of times before. 8-8 in the 16 games they have played. Last time was October of 2002. They are 1-1 against each other in NCAA play. And we are 5-on-5 here into the middle. Olinger set it up beautifully. The shot deflected, though. Good save made. Had a little room in the middle. That's where it's been. Jack Skilly finding that high slot, and that's where Wisconsin may be able to make some hay. That high slot seems to be open. Another big jam up. We've played a lot of this first period along the wall. Olinger, the defenseman, cutting in, and the puck rolls by him.
And Gary, it's his Carlson line again. Carlson, Street, and Skilly. Best line last game, best line again tonight.
They are tough. Let's check in with Mike Hall. Mike.
Guys, whoever wins tonight will not be a repeat champion. That's because Denver's won the last 2 years. Head coach George Gwozdecki is with me. What's it like watching a championship game when the last 2 years you've been coaching in them?
Well, it's a little bit different, that's for sure, Mike, but it's a great atmosphere. It's a great crowd, and we're looking forward to having this kind of home ice advantage, hopefully in a couple of years in Denver when we host the Frozen Four.
What was it like last night as Matt Carl got the Hobie?
Well, we're very proud of Matt. He's been a big, big difference for our team in the last 3 years, and I know he's going to be a great pro.
First one to win it, Gary.
And congratulations, by the way, to him for that Hobie Baker Award. That's a huge effort and important enough for him to lead his National Hockey League team to come and accept it. And move back in by Wisconsin. They're dumping it in. The battles have been along the wall. Earl comes back in to try and help out on this first line. Robbie Earl goes to the front of the net. Burrish in the corner trying to dig it out. Boyle on the backside of Pavelski. And there's the center. And again, they do not connect on it. Point chance rolls wide of the net. Likens was out there at the blue line, and Collins would clear it out, trying to hit Bradford, who was cutting. Boyle puts the hit on the far side. Both teams will change it up. Corey Snyder held it up. Boston College in the dark uniforms working out of their own end, and they've got the 1-0 lead, and 4:50 to go here in the period. Back in behind the net and loose. Hard jam around Engel as Wisconsin tries to break it with the D moving it up ice in a hurry on those long passes. Shot, and that one deflects up in the air. Pretty good chance. Rebounded to the corner. Good hustle right now. McMurtry, number 19, maybe skating as well as anybody for the Badgers. Near side, Olinger shot. That one went wide. Tries to use the D, and Green was in front of him. He got it around him, but not on net. Dowell gets tied up. He drops it off. Dow, Joe Gray. McMurtry out there. Olinger along the near side trying to hold it in, cannot. And they have to clear the zone and will change.
A lot of time in zone, but with the puck, but no real dangerous shots by Wisconsin. That's something they want to change. They want to get the puck to the net, just not around the perimeter.
Matt Green going to the corner, fended off by Jeff Likens. Likens cleared it up the near side boards. Rolled to center. Big hit put on by Adams at center ice. Poke checked away along the near side, and it does roll back to center. Good effort by Adams, who kept the heat on. Degenhardt backed it down deep. Leclerc gets tied up. Nick Licari had nowhere to go with that puck. He and Grant. Degenhardt on this line. Boston College making Wisconsin work here to try and get that puck into a scoring area. They've not been able to do. Likens kicked that one in deep, and they want to change it up again. Shots are 12-8 in favor of Wisconsin, but a 1-0 lead for Boston College against the number 1 seed Badgers. Bradford tried to move it in. Got taken out of the play by Likens. Gets his own puck, though, on a point chance. That one skipped wide as it came through a screen. Collins down low. Collins behind the net. Boyle comes in to help. Boyle shot right through the paint. Nobody there to tip it. And the Eagles still able to hold it in. Fans wanted to call as Street got knocked down behind the play. They won't get it. Collins winds up. The blast goes to the near side. And Wisconsin says enough. They're going to wave off any icing, though. Corey Snyder had to play it back in behind the net. This thing is being played like there's a traffic jam outside, and they got to get away. Collins knocked it away at center. He'll head to the bench as the Eagles change.
Wisconsin's just so much bigger than BC. Every forward's about 3-4 inches taller than the forward on the BC team.
Carlson shot wide. There is Harold, who plays it around the boards. Peter Harold, an All-American defenseman. Good poke check to hold it in. Shot off the blocker. Another turnover and another big save made Boston College has done that a couple of times. Robbie Earl with that last chance. Moved up by Olinger through the middle. First line comes back out. Earl's shot gets blocked and will end up going off the netting. 2:04 to go. First period. National championship. 1-0 BC. With Barry Melrose, Mike Hall, Bob Norton, I'm Gary Thorne. Great to have you with us here on ESPN. The Frozen Four down to 2. Boston College 2-4 in championship games they've been in, while Wisconsin, they are 5-2 in championship games. And Gannon has the only goal so far. Earl, chance, save, rebound, loose, penalty coming. It'll be in the Eagles for a takedown on a hook in front of the net.
Well, I think Danny Bertram probably saves a goal here, Gary. Number one, Wisconsin wins the draw clean, and that can't happen in your end. Boston's got to do a better job in those areas. See the good shot from the point. Good traffic in front. Snyder kicks it past the first Wisconsin player in front of him, but it goes to the second guy, and he had to be hooked by Bertram.
There's Bertram at 18:03 off on the hooking call. And a third power play chance of the period for the Badgers. They get one here and they can tie this thing up. And they will bring that first line out there. Pavelski, number 8, is their leading face-off man as well as their leading scorer. That one came all the way back to center. Collins short-handed. Bounces it deeper into the zone.
And he's dangerous. You ever see him time he sees that puck, he just takes off with it, tries to beat the defenseman one-on-one. Great courage.
34 goals, 64 points. That shot went behind the net to the near side point. Gilbert there to hold it in. He guns it into the middle. Pavelski was hoping it would drop down for a chance. Earl's got it. Earl in, shot, save made. Boy, did he got all of that on Corey Snyder. That hit the net.
Yeah, that hit the shoulder. That hit some juice on it.
Wow. Gilbert back to the blue line, able to hold it in. Earl fanning on that one, gets it back at the dot. Hoke checked away from him and out of the zone. Nice play by Tim Filingeri, who got a stick on that on the poke check. Wisconsin's on the power play. They're changing it up. Boyle is there, clears it, looking. That's one of those. Goaltenders may hate that more than any other shot.
Obviously, Harold's certainly not near 100%. He hasn't killed this penalty at all. He hasn't been on the ice, and he's their best defenseman, so that tells you that he's not very good.
A bad right ankle holding him up here on ice time-wise. That one goes off the side of the net. Power play time down to 46 seconds, and it'll be whistled. And the face-off may come outside the zone here. Boston College arguing about who touched that last and put it on the net. But it's going to apparently stay in the zone. 45 left on the power play for Wisconsin. You see the second best shorthanded goal team in the nation. Chris Collins leads Boston College with 6. Likens dropped it off to the point. Wisconsin still on the power play, but around the perimeter. Skilly got it in. That's blocked. Skilly again. Shot save. Rebound. Shot save. Rebound. Loose and kick to the corner. McMurtry couldn't get it on the stick to pick it up.
You're exactly right. It was there. He saw it. He knew what he wanted to do with it. Everybody else saw it, but he just couldn't combine his hands and the stick with the puck. Big break for Snyder right there, because Snyder was out of it. He wasn't going to make that save.
19 seconds left on the power play. Skilly able to tip that. Held up by Snyder. Flipped up in the air and out of the zone. Mike Brennan on the penalty killing unit.
Great defense from Mike Brennan, boy. Super, very, very solid. And his minutes will go up with the injury of Harold, of course.
Brennan is playing in his 82nd consecutive game. He is just a sophomore, and that's the first period. Shots are 17-9 in favor of Wisconsin, but the goal picked up at 9:01 as Pat Gannon got it. Bertram got the assists on it, and the Eagles have a lead.
Well, here's this last chance. You're going to see a nice shot from the point. You're going to see the puck going everywhere, bouncing off skates, back to a Wisconsin player. Now there's McMurtry. He's got it. He wants it. He just can't bring it from his feet up to his stick. If he does, it's a goal. He wasn't able to do it, and Boston College bit a bullet. Wisconsin played a very good period, Gary. If I'm the coach, I'm pretty happy with the way Wisconsin played.
And Boston College, a couple of national championships, 5 of them for Wisconsin, and one of these teams will add another in this game tonight. Here are the first period numbers.
Well, 3 power plays for Wisconsin. Obviously, that's going to make a difference on the shots. Scoring chances, same thing. Wisconsin's got a very good power play. Boston lost some faceoffs late in the game in their end. They got to change that. And obviously, they did a great job killing penalties, Boston College.
Yep, and they got that first goal. And we talked at the top about the advantage here of the home crowd by getting yourself up 1-0. It forced the crowd a little bit
Took them away.
to
Totally
sit
away.
down. and that's the way Boston College would like to keep it. Let's get on to Mike Hall. Mike.
Guys, here with Chris Collins, one of the leaders of this team. They were just talking about getting that goal, taking the crowd out. How important was that first score?
It's been huge. It's been huge in the Worcester Regional with the BU fans, and same with North Dakota. So the quieter the fans are, the better. So it was a great goal by a little Gannon there.
What have you thought of Schneider's performance this first period?
He's been incredible all season. It's an honor to be on his team, and you know, he's doing the same thing tonight. He's big back there, and he's tough to beat. So we're glad to have him in goal for us.
They got a 1-0 lead, Gary.
Indeed they do, and the reason they have it is Gannon's first goal of the NCAA tournament. Bertram getting the assists on it, Gannon the celebration, and after one, Boston College leads it 1-0.
One period done, 2 more to go. The Eagles are on top of the Badgers 1-0 in the championship game of the NCAA Division I men's hockey. We are here at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, where the Frozen Four has been all weekend long. As we said, 20 minutes have gone. BC has the lead. I'm Mike Hall along with Bob Norton. After this first period, the thing that sticks out to you most has been Corey Schneider.
Well, we knew going into this game that that Wisconsin was going to feed off the crowd, the most hostile crowd for an underdog I've ever seen. Wisconsin all red all over the rink, and they came on with great pressure in this first period. And I said at the beginning of the game it was going to come down to Corey Schneider. He was going to have to do the job for him. BC turned over the puck a little bit in the first period. Wisconsin put on great forechecking pressure. It seemed as if it was behind the BC goal line most of the first period. They kept at him and at him and at him. BC's defense hung in there, and Corey Schneider was terrific in that first period, just held him in there. They killed 3 penalties in the period, and opportunistically, Patrick Gannon, who's a driver and a 5-iron from the BC campus, comes up with the biggest goal of his career.
What does Wisconsin need to do to get back in this one?
I thought they played great in that period, do the same things that they did in the period. They've got to get one if they keep that kind of pressure up.
Who do they turn to try to get a goal?
Well, Robbie Earl has done it for them all year long. Joe Pavelski's been terrific. Their veteran guys are the ones that are going to have to do it for them in the third period and the second period. But Corey Schneider has been terrific, but BC can't keep taking penalties.
Yeah, what has to happen for these penalties to change over?
Quit holding. It's the Wisconsin pressure and speed that's causing BC to hold and hook. If you have to hold and hook because of speed, you got to skate a little quicker.
BC continuing to score. They had 5 goals in the first NCAA game, 5 in the second, 6 in their third. They got 1 after 1. Boyle is stretching, getting ready. Barry and Gary with the second period next.
ESPN's presentation of the NCAA Men's Frozen Four. Brought to you by Yellow Book. Advertise your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Two teams going at it as we expected in a pretty good first period, 1-0. And we talked about how good Corey Schneider's been in net. The 17 saves on 17 shots, Barry. Haven't been that many in a finals game since 1988, so he has been outstanding.
Well, he has been outstanding, and he's getting his job done. I think he's their best player. He's the reason Boston College is here. He's done it all year long, as you heard Chris Collins say. But one of the players for Wisconsin that hasn't got the job done is Joe Pavelski. Everybody in Wisconsin said he's the best player on the team. He led the team in scoring this year. You hardly called his name today. I can't remember you saying his name in the whole first period. So that's one player for Wisconsin that must pick it up. Robbie Earl, yeah, he scored a goal last game. He's got to pick it up too. But I think if your best player is not going to be your best player in the biggest game of the year for your team, you're going to be in trouble.
And Barry, one of the reasons for that may be what we've seen throughout this tournament is the teams match up their top lines, not a defensive line against it's number 1 against number 1.
And I like that matchup for Boston College because of the size of Boyle in the middle, 6'7", the intensity and the guts of Collins on the one side, and they just play so hard. That line can play against any team's line, whether it's an offensive finesse line like Wisconsin or a bull physical line like other teams have. So that's the luxury that York has, that they can play that line against any style of play.
And when we talk about next goals, as we always do in hockey, because the game changes so much on just one goal, obviously the next one here is enormous. If Wisconsin gets it, this house will absolutely explode. And there's the player who's got as good a shot as anyone Barry was talking about. Pavelski is a sophomore, but their leader with 39 goals, 60 assists, 99 points in his career. He's had a 23-goal season this year. And that's who the Badger fans are hoping could come alive here in the second period.
Well, the good news is they didn't need him in the previous game against Maine. They won without him. Other guys picked up the slack. But with that Boston College, with the goaltender that Boston College has, Schneider, the way he's playing, with the defensive scheme that Boston College has, a player like Pavelski, an offensive player, a goal scorer, he must come to play in the next 2 periods. And as far as Boston College, they're going to have to play better. If they don't play better in the next 2 periods, then they're not going to win this game. Bob mentioned that Wisconsin played a very good period. I thought they played very good too. So Boston College knows, yeah, we're winning 1-0, but we got to play better.
3 seconds left on the penalty to Boston College. 0 for 3 in the power play so far. Jerry York's team, BC, they've gotten it done with a penalty killing unit, and they'll have 3 seconds more to kill off here. Faceoffs 9-8 in Boston College favor in the first period. Brian Boyle 3 out of 5. The big draw winner, though, Pavelski, as he won 5 out of 6. This one will be won by Wisconsin, and the penalty is over. Bertram is back out, and Boston College is officially now killed off the first 3 they've had. Lycans will come back to get it. Wisconsin in the red and white jerseys. Boston College in the darker jerseys. Earl in. Poke checked away behind the net. And there's Peter Harold at work right there, the All-American defenseman. Even with that bad right ankle, he stayed with him and put a great poke check on, and Earl couldn't turn the corner.
Well, Jerry York's going to have to decide when to play Harold, how much to play Harold. Am I going to use him killing penalties? Am I going to use him 5-on-5 against the Pavelski line? So that's the big thing. Obviously, he's not 100%, or he'd be playing the power play and killing penalties. We'll watch and see how much we do see him in the second period.
Coach Jerry York over there has to balance that, and every time Harold comes back to the bench, it's how do you feel?
Yep.
How's the ankle? The trainer's right behind him.
Can you give me another one?
Yeah.
Can you give me another one? I need you, brother. I need you out there.
It's the last game, no matter what. Bertram dumped that one into the corner. It'll be played deep by Wisconsin behind their own net, looking for room. Tom Gilbert, 14. He is a good one. Swung back out in front. Backhander rolled to the side of the net, and that'll be covered up. Bradford with the opportunity. The Eagles grinding the opportunity there.
Collins made a great play walking behind the net. He didn't turn around and spin it. He actually threw it through his ankles. Number one, he wins the battle right there. But watch that little play. Throws it right basically through his feet. Good smart move by Elliott, not leaving the post, but he's so tricky, that guy. Most people would have spun on his forehand. He just throws it behind his feet into the crease.
Brock Bradford, the man who came in looking for the second chance. Brennan a chance. That'll be gloved down as he took it from the point. Mike Brennan not happy with what he didn't get on that shot, and an easy save for Brian Elliott.
I'm such a believer in fundamentals. Who's going to win the most draws in their end? Who's going to lose the draws in their end? We saw Wisconsin win some big draws in Boston's end. Right there, Boyle, as you mentioned, had a great first period in draws, wins it clean to Brennan.
Boyle's a big face-off man, 52% winner during the season, wins another one, backhanded in. That's got to be covered. Boyle was there, and Brian Elliott didn't dare let go. Unlike the first period, Barry, this one starts out very choppy with whistles.
And again, Boston loves that style, Gary. They don't want flow. They want choppy. They want stops. They want TV timeouts. They want a slow, tedious, ugly game. The fans get tired of it. They get bored. They don't want end-to-end action. They don't want 4 minutes without a whistle. They want 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Look at that fan. Exactly. I rest my case. He's done already.
Young man is preparing for the third period right there.
Must have a big night after a date or something.
Boyle's got it in the corner, stripped of the puck. Wisconsin trying to get out of the end now as Brennan stepped up. Big hit on Earl. Earl goes down. Collins got him, and Earl is all right. Earl gets back up and heads to the front of the net. There he is, and he scores! Tying the game up!
Awesome play by Earl. He could have went to the bench. It was a good hit by Collins. A little bit of a hip check there. Looked like he was beat up, hurt a little bit, but he got up and he went right to the far post with Brennan. That's the best defenseman for BC too, and he won the physical battle with Brennan, going right to the far post. From that moment he gets up. He wanted to go to the bench maybe, but he decided, no, I might just go and sniff out a goal, which he did.
Wow, goal at 1:17, 5-on-5, ties it up. Center, Carlson was there, but it deflected over his stick. Gianna goes on the rink-wide pass. Eagles right back. Poke checked away. Carlson will clear it out of the zone. Earl's goal. Burrs picks up the assists on it. 1:17, the time to tie it at 1-1.
perfect. First stuck a couple minutes of the period. The crowd's back in it. It's loud in here again. The #1 line gets the goal, which is very important for Wisconsin. Carlson's line came right out after that, almost had another goal. So perfect start of this period for Wisconsin.
Earl is now the leading goal scorer this year for Wisconsin, as he's got 24. He and Pavelski had been tied. He's taken that advantage by 1 and tied this game up. Carlson on the near side. It'll be poke checked away to center. That one just redirected into the corner. Good effort. Now the speed picks up for Wisconsin. Fans wanted a call on that. Will not get it. Good run into the zone. Ben Street working hard to get it down deep. Eagles take over in behind the net. Great start to this period, and for Wisconsin, just what they wanted. Their crowd back in it. Poked away into the corner. Gerby goes deep. Gerby hacked that from behind. Gerby working against Struiski. Turns it, centering. Nope. Attempted flip. Went right underneath the stick of Brian O'Hanley.
Carlson made that play. Carlson's man was the defenseman coming in, saw him coming, tipped the puck by him, got the puck out of the end. Another great play.
Gerby brings it back. Shot that one on the wide side towards the glove, and it ended up just skimming by off the mark. A takedown and a penalty coming on Boston College. And not happy about it. Grabbed him at center ice, took him down. Boston College is going to be short-handed again. Here's the goal that tied it.
Now watch. He gets hit right there. Now he wanted to go to the bench. He was hurt a little bit, looked like his hip a little bit, and all of a sudden he sees the play and says, "This looks good. I think I might as well just go to the post and put her in." Mike Brennan wishes he'd have been a little stronger on Earl going to the far post.
Rooney gets a hooking call at 2:38. 0 for 3 in the power play in the first period for the Badgers. They get another chance here and a chance to get the lead. Boston College penalty killers have just been outstanding. He'll work on top. Shot. Save made. Big sliding stop by Corey Snyder. This first line. Pavelski right there, #8, taking that one in. Shoots it. Shot. Save made as it went between the legs of Burridge. He steps up with the near side. Oh, still loose along the wall. Boston College trying to get it for a clear. Will not. It'll be held in. Good work on the near side by Gilbert. He is tough. Gilbert, #14, a +27 for the Badgers, #1 on their team of the year. Pulaski snapped it over. Side. Rebound. Went behind the net. Corey Snyder did not know where that was. He thought he had it under the pads. He did not.
Well, he made 2 great saves on the puck going side to side. Wisconsin's on fire right now. Everything's going great. They're moving the puck. Awesome job.
Earl is skating like the wind out there right now. Collins drops it off. Penalty, 1 minute left to go on the power play for Wisconsin. As Boston College will try and keep it down here in this end for a while. Just ranking it into the corner. Gianna, Steven Gianna, great penalty killer. Earl comes back to get it. Earl went 2-1 against Maine. He got dumped. Gianna was right there bothering him. Rolled it through center though. Now they'll get back in the zone. Skilly dropped it to the wide side corner. McMurchie back for Skilly. Skilly behind the net. Skilly turning it up with 30 left to go in the Wisconsin power play. Boston College has been able to run it along the wall a lot here in this game so far. Libertans dumped that one in the near side. A little deeper with it. Wisconsin running out of time. 15 left on the power play. The Eagles. Collins gets hooked down in behind the net. Still controls Skilly. Dropped it back to the point. Into the middle. Shot and a save made. That came through and got knocked down by Corey Snyder. Skilly leaves it behind the net again. Boyle cannot get to it. Power play is over. So they are 0 for 4 on the power play. That shot knocked away again by Corey Snyder. Cleared to center. The Eagles need a line change here. That'll be sent in. And both teams will change it up. So the penalty killers keep doing the job for the Eagles in this 1-1 game.
Yeah, but Wisconsin, that was by far their best power play. They had 5 or 6 great scoring chances.
With 14:57 left to go, second period, national championship, Division I college hockey. That's what's at stake here. The final 2 left of the Frozen Four. Wisconsin, BC, 1-1. Earl tying it up. Boston College band representing the Eagles in Hockey East here, as of course is the band from Wisconsin, WCHA. Lots and lots of red and white. These tickets today, if you could find one, are going for about 8 times the face value. Not legally, but hey, cleared up the near side and not out of the zone. Rooney drops it off. Ello comes back to get it, looking for Harold, who was cutting. Came back to Rooney. Rooney a forward, covering up for Harold at the point on that play. Wisconsin Gilbert gets it back, and he'll start it out. Tom Gilbert, alternate captain on this team, trying to knock that down. Got ahead of him, though. Rooney trying to break up ice. Couldn't get the pass to him. Rooney will pick it up. Would have been offside. So he sends it back the other way. Anthony Aiello coming back to get it. One of the many freshmen on a Boston College team that's had 30% of their goals and points scored by freshmen. Harold in. Harold puts the move on the defenseman, trying to go in at him. Poke checked away. Josh Engel with a nice poke check that time. Broke it up as Harold tried to go in alone. Wisconsin at center can't control it. Right back in Rooney. BC will change.
Long way from the bench, too. They're very lucky that Wisconsin wasn't able to make one pass up there to Pavelski. That would have been home free.
Lubertans had it in the corner, looked for somebody and couldn't get it up anywhere. Cleared out of the zone again at center as we play tic-tac at center ice. Pavelski had it. He got stripped of the puck. Sent deeper into the zone. Good play at center ice. Motherwell broke that one up at center and stole it. Little checking line. Matt Green out there trying to put it on Earl, and a penalty coming behind the play. And it's going to be a high sticking call. Let's check in with Mike Hall. Mike?
Gary, I snuck into the suite of athletic director for Wisconsin, Barry Alvarez. What's it like for an AD to have a women's team winning the national championship in hockey and the men's team being in the national championship game?
It's very exciting, not for all of our hockey fans and for the university to have athletes and teams that participated at this level and accomplish what our 2 hockey teams have.
And what's this like for you, your first off season where you don't have to go back and coach?
Well, I've been so busy following the hockey teams and other things. I really have only seen spring practice one time, but I'm learning hockey, and it's been a lot of fun.
Thanks for your time. Gary?
Great football coach, and now moving up to the front office where he's been along with the job as head coach. Harold moves it in. Power play is underway. The penalty high sticking Lycans of Wisconsin got it. And it's a power play. Collins drops it to the point. Another shot. That one, boy, that was a screamer right on the ice. Brett Motherwell. It ends up, though, going into the netting.
Well, 5-on-4, they're certainly not working that good, so maybe 4-on-3 might be the answer for BC. They moved it around well. Motherwell had a great shot in the middle of the rink. Actually just grazed the post on the left side of Elliott.
I want to remind you the bitter rivalry will continue Sunday Night Baseball. It'll be the Cardinals Wrigley Field taking on the Cubs. Presented by Taco Bell, ESPN, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Sunday Night Baseball. Face-off comes to Harold. Turned around, trying to get it to Boyle. Boyle trying to drop it off. Poke checked away to center. Good hard work by the penalty killing unit here. We're in a 5-on-4 now as the matching minors have expired. Collins along the near side wall waiting for that puck. Will move in to pick it up. Collins on the power play. 9 power play goals. Tied with Boyle for the most for the Eagles. Harold leads it far side. They were trying to get it back to Collins. Poke checked away. Boyle's in the high slot here. Harold fakes it. As you see Wisconsin backing up, trying to keep it away from Boyle and Collins. Collins on the offside post. Motherwell fakes it. He wanted a one-timer. It's to spin it back in. Backhander right through everybody. Boyle trying to redirect, couldn't get it, and it's cleared.
BC should just get to a simple power play. Should get back to the point, put Boyle in front, 6'7". Wisconsin's a very aggressive penalty killing unit and just pound the net. It's going to be an ugly goal that scores against that penalty killing unit of Wisconsin. One of the best in the nation all year long.
3 for 20 in the NCAA tournament for Boston College on the power play. The problem is it's been all year. Jodrey poked that one away. Nice play by Jodrey to get it. Carlson the hit to free the puck up. Jodrey stays out on the ice and he'll rag it back. Down to 20 on the power play for BC.
That kid's awesome. And I've talked to Wisconsin people and they say he hasn't played like this all year. It's been about the last month that he's really picked up his game. He's only got 10 goals during the regular season, but he's been a tower of strength for Wisconsin in the playoffs.
One more rush for Boston College on this power play with only 6 seconds left to go on it. Picked up by Orpik. Could be a short-handed opportunity. Pavelski moves it in. Shot it to the wide side. Penalty is over. BC 0 for 2 in the power play. Game remains tied at 1 apiece. Aiello for the Eagles trying to go through 2D. Couldn't split them. And it'll just be cleared out of the zone. Lewiski cleared it. Didn't cross the line. Bertram will come back to get it. And the Eagles 5-on-5. Pass through the middle was deflected away. Orpik's pass going by everybody. Gannon's got the goal for the Boston College Eagles on this line. On the far side, Orpik gets set up in front. D moves in. Brennan has gone way down low. The shot, save made as Elliott just stood his ground on that. Pavelski will move it out. First line on the ice. Back into the middle. Earl. Shot deflected wide. That may have hit the defenseman sticking the way in. That one off the side of the net on the rebound chance. Held in at the point. Wisconsin tried to get a line change completed here. But Drewiski held that one in and dumped it into the corner. Brennan came back to get it and rolled it around the boards. And it'll be clear. And this will be an icing call. Both teams putting some pretty good pressure on. Shots are 23-14 in favor of Wisconsin. Game's tied at 1.
Well, the great thing about hockey, great thing about playoff hockey, great thing about championship games is after a great play, like Robbie Earl puts one in right there for Wisconsin, he gets a lot of fans, man. All of a sudden, everybody's a Robbie Earl fan. Just down the street here from the Milwaukee Bradley Center, all those Wisconsin fans that couldn't spend the 8-9 times face value to get in are spending 9 times the face value on other stuff.
That's exactly right. And we're almost midway through this championship game. Held in from the point. Drewiski's shot and a save made. Corey Snyder 4-1 in NCAA play now for the sophomore goaltender. And he makes another save. Drewiski gummed it on him.
Gary, this game's got to stay 5-on-5. If it becomes a trading power plays, BC doesn't have a chance. Wisconsin's power play is much better than BC's. BC's got to stay out of the box. They've given them enough chances already, 4 or 5 power plays. Got to use their head, stay out of the penalty box.
Wisconsin 0 for 4 in the power play. Boston College is 0 for 2 so far in this game. Bertram's pass got deflected. Rolls into the wide side corner. Peter Harrell will try and chase it down, but it'll be called on the icing. And the face-off back into the Wisconsin end. Talking about Robbie Earl, he had 2 goals and an assist against the University of Maine in their win, and we were talking during the break about how he shoots.
Oh, he's got a rocket. We've seen 2 of them today, Gary, and it's a little wrist shot like a Joe Sakic. Not a big backswing. He just snaps a puck from about his feet. Very deceptive shot, but it just takes off. Always looks like he's going for the top corner. 2 excellent shots.
He's now their leading goal scorer on the year. And the Badgers will get that one back. As Dowell looked up ice. Corey Snyder wanted to play it, let it go back in behind the net. Harold swings it around out through center. Likens is back there. Collins using the body, takes the shot, missed it wide. Chris Collins, leading scorer, Boston College, wears number 12 on this top line with Brian Boyle and Brock Bradford. And another icing call on the Badgers.
And Gary, I think they need Collins to step it up. He scored the hat trick last game against North Dakota. Awesome player, Hobey Baker finalist, does everything. But right now, just like we were talking about Pavelski and Robbie Earl, it's time for him to do something special. Set someone up, score a goal himself. He's an awesome player. The whole family, they're saying the same thing. Come on, Chris, let's get her going. Grandma's got the ugly little eagle there.
There's the real one. Collins, non-drafted, is a fan of Buffalo growing up in New York, and he's kind of hoping the Buffalo Sabres take an interest in him.
He's a Buffalo-type player.
Yes, he is. Boston College back into the middle. Bertram will, the backhander, Brennan rather, will roll back out through center. Earl's there to get it. I think we're seeing a little double shifting going on here. Wisconsin with this first line now. Burish bringing it back in behind the net. He avoided a check. Looks like Wisconsin wants something other than first line against first line. And so this line for Wisconsin, their top scoring line, has started to double shift here.
And I think Jerry York really likes the way that line's playing now too, Gary. He wants them on the ice a lot more than just once every 4 times.
Rolled that back in behind the net, played around by Elliott to the near side, but not out. Good play by Collins, who got in. Can't hold it in the zone though. Rolls down the near side wall, 1-on-1. Poke checked away. Oh, we've seen some good stick work here in this game. He's going to be pinned up in the corner. Boston College turned that one over in the zone though as Andy Brandt came in to pick it up. 4th line out there now with Brandt. Bakari knocked away. Looks like Corey Snyder's feeling mighty good about the way he's playing in this game as he looks solid. That'll just be dumped in by Motherwell, who will head it back to the bench. Josh Engel comes back to get it. Engel, sophomore defenseman out there now. Near side, LeCarry with it. LeCarry will send that one again, and he'll change up. And they are definitely matching. Both coaches here trying to keep the matches going on these line changes. Whiskey had to come back to get it, looking for somebody up ice, and he got knocked down by Carlson with a high stick. 1-1. We'll check in with Mike.
Gary here with Adam Burish's sister, Nikki. What's it like, compare the feelings for me, playing in a national championship game versus watching your brother play in one?
You know, I never thought it would be almost as equivalently nervous as I am right now for our championship game as I am for this game right now. I'm just at the edge of my seat. I can't sit still. Really nervous.
Adam told us before that you wouldn't let him touch the trophy unless he wins one. What happens if he wins one then?
If he wins one, I guess he'll have the okay. He can touch his own trophy, but probably still can't touch mine. Mine came first.
Thanks so much, Nikki. We will be back with much more as we continue. About 7:54 left in the second period, live from Milwaukee.
No school has ever had a Division I championship in both men's and women's hockey. You saw Nikki, that is Nikki Burish, Adam's sister, who was on that championship team, coached by Mark Johnson this year.
We might just have to take the name Hockey State away from Minnesota, man.
Hand it over to the Badgers. BC may have something to say about that. This game is tied at 1-1, 24-14. The shots in favor of Wisconsin. Second period has been just like this. First period, we flew up and down the ice. Second period, it's been scrums, whistles, face-offs.
Gary, if I'm BC, we're not playing great, and they'll talk about that in between periods. They got 7 minutes left in this period, but I don't mind going in the third period tied. You're basically in the other team's building. You're playing a road game. You'll keep it tied as long as you can. Maybe get a lucky bounce late in the third period, win the game 2-1, something like that. You don't care if it stays like this and is ugly the rest of this game.
Ferriero brings it in. 3-on-2 for the moment. Is Rooney. Shot. Save made. Sliding across. Elliott saw that one. And Boston College has continued to pick up face-off wins, which have created some chances. You can catch 7 innings. College softball, ESPN. It's tomorrow afternoon. The Sooners of Oklahoma and the A&M Aggies from Texas wrap up their weekend series. College softball, ESPN at 4:30 Eastern.
They got to get some more shots at Elliott. That's only the 15th shot now in 33 minutes. On that goal, you got to get more than that.
Yeah, not many chances here.
No.
That one right off the faceoff goes wide. Boyle looking, reaches in. He's got a long reach with that stick. Broke it up. Collins' chance. Save made. Close. And again, Boyle created that with that long reach and a poke check. Wisconsin will rush it the other way of this tie game. Trover dropped it off, gets it back. Shot save made and covered up by Corey Snyder.
Schneider's moving well, Gary, because he couldn't go to the post until the puck went to the side of the rink. He had to play the puck in the middle and go sideways. Just moving great. Good puck movement here. Jodry gets it. Now the goalie has to move side with the pass. Right there, square to the shooter. And the big thing is the rebound is controlled. Not kicked out in the slot where there's men coming right in front of him where he can grab it with his glove and his stick.
Two amazing goaltenders you're getting to see in this game. There are the numbers he has put up during that run that he is on right now. And against North Dakota, gave up an amazing 5 goals on 41 shots. Nobody thought that was going to happen. Ended up being a 5-4 win against the Fighting Sioux 2 days ago. That one is going to be cleared the other way. And again, we are going to get a whistle and another icing call and another face-off. Tied at 1-1. Here's how we got there.
All the action happened in the first period. Just good work down low by Boston College. Typical Boston College goal. Just outwork people. Gannon comes in late, gets a nice rebound off a couple of sticks. Earl just goes to the far post, beats Mike Brennan. I think is one of the best defensemen in college hockey. So great play by Robbie Earl.
And this draw comes to the right side of Corey Snyder. It'll be one defensive zone draw win for the Eagles. What Barry's been talking about. Mike Brennan. That one will be flipped in and goes wild. That one had a little flutter on it right there. Earl trying to clear it out did. Boston College has got to clear the zone as Collins dumped it back in, and they do. Elliott played it behind the net up the near side. Earl looking down, had to go to his skates for that one. Centering pass. Pavelski got it out of there, but unable to connect. O'Hanley's back. O'Hanley and Brent Motherwell. There are the shots so far, and that number has not gone up very much here in this period. Here's one coming. Save made. This line has had it going. Matt Green, Gerby, and Gianna. And a chance right there as it's held onto by Elliott.
I like the way Boston College is playing right now. Probably the last 3 or 4 minutes is the best they played since early in the first period. They're getting some offensive chances, 4 or 5 shots. Good puck movement here. Gianna across. Gerby's quick. They got a lot of guys in that line. They're not very big, but they play very physical, and they can put the puck in net when they get a chance. So that is what has to continue to happen for Boston College. Lines like that's got to pick it up. Amazing numbers right there with that .81 goals against during that 9-game streak for Elliott, the goaltender for Wisconsin. That's unconscionable if you're the opposing team. Sent back in behind the net. Wisconsin. Engel cleared it around the boards, trying to get it out of there. Good forechecking job. Boston College has kept the pressure on along the wall and forced that play deeper. Matt Green came back in that time. Engel will take it behind the net. Engel moves it out. Dow's pass got knocked down 2-on-2 the other way, and they're in offside. And not much question about that. McMurtry crisscrossing with Joe Dre, who went in ahead of him. Wisconsin National Championships. They have put 5 of them up to the ceiling. What's amazing is the last one was 14 years ago. 1990. This program has been very solid both before and since then, but they haven't picked up another one. Well, I think in the 90s you saw a lot of programs get a lot better and a lot tougher to win national championships. It used to be Minnesota, Boston College, BU, Wisconsin won every year. It's not that case anymore. There's a lot of great programs out there in college hockey. Mike Eaves in his 4th year coaching at Wisconsin, hoping this will be his. Jerry York on the other side for Boston College has won 2. One at BC and 1 at Bowling Green. Held onto by Elliott back in behind the net. The forechecking pressure continues. The Eagles continue to send those forwards in, but they're getting back and getting the coverage done the other way. Aiello came back to get it around the near side. Bertram, he'll kick that one out the center. They will wave off any icing. Ruiski came back to get it. Ruiski. Then Ferriot out in front, just forcing the play a little bit as Boston send one deep, one at the blue line, and everybody else back. Turned in on net, shot, save made, and he looked behind him. Not sure where that puck had gone. LeCarry got a pretty good chance. Zakari did, and pretty good save made right there by Corey Snyder. I'm not sure what BC was doing there because they went into a 1-2-2. But they didn't play defense at all. Wisconsin just made one pass and came right through everybody and had a great scoring chance. You go into a 1-2-2 to take scoring chances away, not give them up. So they better address that if they go into that 1-2-2 again, because they didn't look like they knew what they were doing. LeCarry off that 4th line, 4 goals, 7 assists on the season for him. Boyle wins yet another faceoff for the Eagles, and they will drop it behind the net. Motherwell got it up the wall. Boyle reached in, couldn't get it. Wisconsin was going to be offside, so they have to surrender that puck. It'll be moved in by Bradford off the near side. Elliott back, twists that one in behind the net. BC will send a couple of forecheckers in. Collins the puck. Collins trying to drop it to Boyle. Boy, they follow through on checks. Both of these teams do. You may have gotten rid of the puck, but you better keep your head up. Shot in, save made. Bradford with a big chance that ended up going up and over off Elliott. And that'll go on net, so there won't be any icing. 4:40 left to go, 2nd period. Game tied at 1 apiece. We expected a tight game because these two teams win from goalie out. Win on defense. 2 goalies, 16 shutouts this year, so they know what they're doing. This is rolled in, shot, got blocked. Good play by Motherwell, the defenseman. Got a stick out on that to knock it away. Gianna comes the other way. Gianna, he'll take a chance off the blocker to the far side. Trying to redirect it. Matt Green came over. Left it behind the net. Gianna. Gervais trying to set up in front in that high slot. From the point, it gets blocked. Carlson's on the right side as they come in a 2-on-2. Looking for help. And again, Boston College, Skilly got it down there, but he didn't have anyone to go to. Skilly's still over there in the corner doing battle with Harold, who clears it up. Out of the zone, Gervais trying to drop it ahead. It dropped into the bench off Steven Gianna, and there's the whistle. Gianna didn't like that late hit. 3:45 to go, 2nd period. Wisconsin and Boston College. One of them will be the national champion. All of them will be black and blue. 1 apiece. LeCarry got hit on the sidewall by Brett Motherwell, great young defenseman for BC. Goes to the bench, tries to sit down, misses the bench. So we don't know if the hit hurt him or if trying to sit down hurt him. So we got, where's Mike Hall? Mike, get over there and check what's going on that bench there, man. Oh.
That just like pouring the salt into the wound right there, wasn't it?
The bench is the best. Stuff happens on the bench you can't believe.
What a hit put on, and down goes Earl for the second time in this game. And this time he's not getting up.
No, he isn't.
Earl is trying to skate off the ice here as he took a check. And the Badger, who has scored their only goal in this game and their leading goal scorer, is headed off.
Well, you're exactly right. He got hit basically the exact same way earlier. It's not like those are dirty hits. Those forwards for BC are just little guys. None of them are they're all 5'8", 5'7". And when they hit you, that's where they come in at your hips. So he got to the bench. He skated to the bench. That's the best sign of anything. When you can make it to the bench yourself, there's a good chance you'll be back playing.
If Robbie Earl gets back out there, Staley brings it in. Shots off the outside post. He ripped that one to the wide side, and it went right off the post. Jack Skilly. They've got a 5-on-5 here. Shot from the point gets blocked. BC may have a 3-on-2 the other way. Bertram heads into the middle. Berrio brings it up near side. Drops it to Rooney, who was trailing, but he had a poke checked away. A collision, and the puck freed up, and it's cleared out of the zone by Josh Engel. And a penalty coming? No. Fans wanted one, but will not get the call. Face-off will be at center.
Well, there could have been about 7 penalties called because people were falling down, running into each other, tripping each other on the way up. And I'm not sure that shot didn't hit the crossbar, Gary.
It hit metal. You're right.
It hit metal. It was a rocket. Skillet comes in and just fires it. Great shot.
Right up there in the U.
Snyder goes down the butterfly, so you got to beat him high. I think it was a crossbar. It was a rocket anyways, boy. Oh, what a great shot.
That far from putting the Badgers on top in this game. We have seen some screaming yellow memes as far as shots are concerned from both of these teams in this game.
Well, Skillet's a first-round pick to Chicago, so certainly a very talented young man.
Face-offs. This one, Wisconsin wins it. BC's had the advantage, 25-17. Centering pass. Badgers close to getting another here as they're keeping the heat on. Moved in by Drewiski. It's loose in behind the net. Badgers unable to control. The Eagles try to move it up the wall and get it out of there. Collins wrapped it up to the line, but not out. Mello had to come back behind the net and one-arm that one near side. Motherow clears it up. Checked by Bradford into the middle. Boyle sends it wide. Collins couldn't reach it. Collins off the wall, not out. Wisconsin gets it. A couple of forwards are still hanging at center here, so they get a trailer. And they wanted to change it up. They didn't have a lot of people on the ice. Couldn't take advantage of a pretty good up ice as Mercury was there. And Boyle will clear that one, no icing.
Good puck moving by Wisconsin. They're a team that goes east to west really well. One side of the rink to the other side.
Gianna will come on to get it. And offside. They had not cleared the zone. Let's check in. Scott Reese, Sports Center, 30 at 30.
All right, Gary, rain was the word of the day at Augusta National. A 4-hour, 19-minute delay. When all was said and done, Chad Campbell sits at 6 under par, a one-stroke lead over 2 golfers. Tiger and Phil are 3 off the pace. And Brett Favre talked to reporters at his charity golf tournament and said he still hasn't made up his mind as to whether he will return for another season with the Packers. Details on SportsCenter, 11 Eastern, and ESPN News right now. Gary?
Scott, thanks very much. Brett Favre, that became a joke out here today because the last 2 days everybody's been talking about the press conference where everyone would finally get an answer on what he was going to do.
They're worried here in Wisconsin, man. They're worried.
And he was like, who told you that?
They're worried.
I haven't made my mind up. On the offside again, face off at center.
Cheeseheads are worried that Brett's not coming back, man. Be a lot of useless memorabilia if Brett doesn't come back, man.
It did get funny because there were like news bulletins waiting for his press report. That'll be sent in from the point. Motherwell dumped that one down low. Wisconsin. The high flip off the boards. Cleared it out. Boy, this has been tough sledding here in the second period for both teams. There have been flurries and chances. Harrell gets knocked down and made sure he took Carlson down as Carlson tried to get to the puck. Shot in. Save made. That one actually ended up on net from the point. Knocked down in front by Harrell. Rolls to the side of the net. Wisconsin has had good pressure the last 5 minutes. Carlson taken down again. Number 27, that's Carlson. He can battle Street and Skilly on this line with him. And the Eagles say enough of that. Length of the ice and another face-off coming with 1:09 to go in the period.
Again, BC doesn't mind that. They're good on draws. Boyle's been excellent in draws this game, so they know they can win draws consistently. They just don't want flow. They don't want guys like Earl and Pavelski and Burris just to go end-to-end time after time after again. This guy's awesome. He's been awesome again today. There's a shorthanded goal against Maine. Been a tower of strength every time he stepped on the ice again today. Awesome player.
He could really go at it. He had a goal and an assist, was a +2, and had 5 shots on goal against Maine. Carlson was an outstanding performer in that victory against the Bears. Cleared out. They were looking to break it off ice. Couldn't get it there, and that will be whistled again. Matt Green was headed up the wall trying to find somebody. There is Carlson, who may have to come through here. This is a grinded out kind of game.
Oh,
and
totally.
he's a guy who can get that kind of goal.
Exactly, and you got to be able to play defense too. Wisconsin's got lines like that. 4 lines that can play offense, 4 lines that can play defense. You don't get to be the #1 seed basically for the last month of the season and not have a lot of skill.
Pavelski trying to get that shot off. He did get it off, but he didn't get it on net. Right off the draw, in fact. Now you see Boston College trying to break behind the D of Wisconsin. They had 2 forwards rushing up ice. The Eagles did that time. Held in, near side. Shot, the save made. Engel just hoped to get one on net and get a rebound off it. Played back in behind the net. Pavelski reach again, trying to pull it out of there. Barrio's right on his back. Burris, 16, tried a wraparound chance, never got the puck with him. Third back into the middle. It's going to be a bouncer. Bertram will move that one in, waiting for help. Drops it off. Shot deflected off the D, and it just went wide. Barrio had the opportunity. Dan Bertram with a good setup. Here comes Earl. He's back. Earl trying to draw it between the defenseman's stick. Couldn't get it there. And again, Boston College in a line change, having Orr pick up ice. That's going to be whistled for icing.
Again, it's Earl, but he's against Mike Brennan, and Mike Brennan's just awesome. Like I said, this is the 4th time I've seen BC play. Collins shows me stuff every game offensively, great complete player, but Brennan shows me little things defensively. Never gets beat one-on-one. Earl beat him on that goal going to the far post, but he's so subtle. He just does little things that can't be taught defensively. Very, very smart. And a defensive defenseman, this guy's going to be an NHL player and a very good NHL player.
He comes out of the U.S. development program. Brennan does. Only 12 seconds left to go here in the second period. Game tied at 1-1. Off the draw. Motherwell trying to bang it off the boards here and just not turn it over to Wisconsin in their offensive zone. Boyle steps in. Boyle rides it along the wall. Kicked out by Dowell. And that's going to do it. So we have completed a period of play. Boston College took the lead in the first by a score of 1-0 as Gannon had the goal. Earl came back a minute 17 into the second period on the assist to Burrish to tie it up, and that's how we'll go to the third.
Wisconsin was the better team that period. They had the better chances, but it doesn't matter. It's not a 1-1 going in the third period. BC's on the road, basically. It's game 7, and you're playing in Madison, the Badgers' home building. 20-minute ball game. I think any team, any coach would take that. They'd be very, very happy with the situation, Gary.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, absolutely. Now let's take a look at our Coke Zero game track with the numbers so far.
Well, if you look at the numbers, they all favor Wisconsin except those ones. And folks, those are the only ones that matter. BC's doing okay.
Nobody's power play's gotten anything done here. Let's check in. Mike Hall.
All right, here with the guy who evened the game up at 1, Robbie Earl. Walk me through what happened on that goal.
It was a turnover by BC at the blue line, and Pavelski took it wide and gave it to Adam Burrish, and it was just a nice feed. Drove the middle, went to the net, and we got the goal. So
we saw you get a tough hit out there. Give me a percentage of how healthy you feel right now.
Hey, it's a national championship game, so any injuries are gone. So I'll say I'm 100%.
All right, best of luck. Stay healthy out there. Gary?
Good comment right there. It's the championship game, Robbie Earl. I'm as healthy as I'm ever going to be. Scott Reese standing by. There's the goal by Earl that tied it up. All the sports news coming up momentarily.
1-1 here in the second intermission. We are tied up. Another 20 minutes still to go till we have a champion. Mike Hall along with Bob Norton here. Your thoughts on this second period? We finally got a goal for the other team there.
Lots of physical contact, teams banging each other around. Great defensive play on both ends of the ice. This is a terrific hockey game. Wisconsin, I think, outplaying Boston College, but Corey Schneider hanging them in. But, the Wisconsin goal came off a great extra effort play when Robbie Earl just got knocked on his tail at center ice, got up off the ice, continued to the offensive end, and puts the puck in the net. Just a tremendous individual effort.
Let's look at the Home Depot coach coaching clinic here and see how they got that goal and the pressure that's been on Schneider the entire second period.
Yeah, the coaching point here is get up off the ice when you get knocked down, please. And Robbie Earl gets up off the ice. Looks like he's going to go to the bench, but like any great offensive player, he says, "Oh, we got the puck, we got a chance." Goes to the front of the net and knocks it in. Goal scorers play. Show of the period, Corey Schneider once again. Terrific play by Schneider. When you're being beaten up a little bit in your own end, the goaltender's the key. And 1-to-1 going into the third period with Corey Schneider holding him in. If you're Jerry York, you got to be happy with that. Even though advantage has been Wisconsin for most of the game, they're in pretty good position. But Wisconsin's playing terrifically well.
A lot of shots on goal for Schneider, or schnots on goal for Schneider. Not so much for Elliott. He's been able to relax a little bit.
Well, the play's been down the BC end. Wisconsin's got a terrific offense. This is the best I've seen them play in the playoffs. The difference has been Corey Schneider. He's kept the puck out of the net. So if he continues to do that, BC's got a great chance to get that second goal to win the game.
How much has the crowd been an impact on this game?
Oh, terrific. BC's got about 250 fans, and 50 of them are in the band. The rest of them are in the Wisconsin side. It's the most dominating pro-home team crowd I've ever seen, and this will be an unbelievable win if BC can snipe this thing. But I'll tell you, Wisconsin's playing great, and I just think BC's going to have to play great, and Schneider, for them to hold on and win this thing.
Who's got the momentum right now going into the third?
I think it's been Wisconsin most of the game. Wisconsin's had most of the great offensive chances. They've had most of the momentum. They've had most of the tries. However, Schneider hasn't let the puck in the net. So that's not a great position to be in. One goal for BC, and Wisconsin's in trouble.
Before we go, we got a couple guys on Wisconsin who seem to be injured. How much will that be an impact in the third?
Well, I'll tell you, nobody's going to be injured in the third period. They'll all come out and play. Lacardi had a great chance to score. In the second period, he went over, looked like he wouldn't play again. I'll guarantee you he's out there in the third period. There isn't anybody not going to play in this third period.
Bob Norton will see you after the game with Barry and Gary. A reminder, this is the 7th straight sellout crowd for a championship game in the Frozen Four, 21st straight overall. 1-1 after 2, 20 minutes away from a national champion.
You get so close, you do not want to go home without it. It being the trophy for the national championship. Boston College, Wisconsin, after 2 are tied up at 1 apiece. Welcome back with Barry Melrose. I'm Gary Thorne. I think it's pretty much the game we expected to see, Bear.
Yeah, I think we all knew Wisconsin had a little bit more talent, a little more depth. I think BC knew that. They knew their goaltending would have to be super, which it has. Corey Schneider's proven he's as good as any goaltender in the nation. And BC scores those ugly, scrappy goals. They just play so hard. They play with so much heart. Those small forwards, those young forwards, youngest team in the nation. And right now they're 20 minutes away from a huge upset, because Bob Norton's right. They're playing in the belly of the beast, so to speak, right here in Milwaukee. This is a Madison crowd. This is a Badger crowd, no doubt about it.
Only 90 minutes away from the Wisconsin campus. Both of these teams hope they have the edge with the officials. Of course, there is no such thing, but prior to the start of these games in the NCAA tournament, the captains have a chance to sit down, meet with them. The official has an opportunity to talk to them about what they expect to see in the game and what they don't want to see. And both of the captains on these two teams did that before the start of our game here tonight. It never ends up being an edge, however. It just looks good on TV.
Peter Harrell.
Nice to meet you,
Kevin Lake, Harrell. Keith Surgott.
Tonight's game will be called in strict accordance with the NCAA rulebook. I talk a lot on the ice. It's my way of staying focused on the game. When I do blow the whistle, though, I expect the play to stop. You guys focus on scoring goals. Let us focus on refereeing the hockey game, and we shouldn't have any problems. All right, guys, good luck. Yep. Peter, thanks, Adam.
Thank you.
Matt Shagos is the referee who is leading that discussion. He may have said things that the players are saying, you know, something, your job's easy in hours. You're talking about us scoring goals. That in this game is pretty much impossible.
I think the referees have done a good job. I think Boston College came out, they were fired up. They took a couple penalties early because of exuberance. They've settled down, been much more confident, much more in control of their emotions. And they got to stay out of the penalty box, because Wisconsin's power play the last 2 times has looked very, very good. So you don't want the referees to win this game. You don't want them to even be in the decision. You want these 2 teams to decide who wins the national championship.
Nobody wants that more than the officials do. We're going to start the third period. This is the final game of this long college hockey season. As Jerry York pointed out yesterday, I just held my 115th practice of the year. It is now over, and now you got one more period, maybe, as both of these coaches go up and down the benches. Face-offs 31-18 in favor of Boston College. Brian Boyle 12 out of 16. Brian Boyle is 12 out of 17. That one will be won back, and we are underway here in a 1-1 game in the third. Boston College will control the puck out of the zone. Collins brings it in, tried to drop it into the middle, intercepted. Both teams be careful not to make mistakes here in the third, because very likely the next one wins, and there's the first mistake. Liskey's shot, save made. Pavelski with the opportunity, and a Boston College turnover to start the third period. Attendance for this game, 17,814, as this house is jam-packed at the Bradley Center here in Milwaukee.
17,800 cheering for the Badgers.
21st consecutive and 7 straight years, 4 sellouts. Wisconsin's used to this. Wisconsin, they have continually had the biggest crowds in college hockey year after year for the last 8 years, in fact. So they're used to playing in front of big crowds, full houses on their side, and all of that's what they've got going for them here tonight. That shot deflected side of the net. Corey Snyder lost sight of that, but it went to the side and not in front of him. Eagles back the other way. Barrio's pass got deflected near side, and a penalty coming. Wow, and Dowell's not going to like this. Along the near side boards, a little rub out, and it's going to be a cross-checking call.
And it happened right in front of the referee, too. It was definitely a cross-check. It happened right in front of the referee. It's a good call. I know Mike Eaves certainly isn't happy about it. When he sees it on replay, he'll know it is a penalty. Right there, there's no harm done. There's nobody near the puck. Dowell comes in right behind the Boston College player, knocks him down with a cross-check. So it's definitely a good call by the referee.
All right, power play Boston College. They are 0 for 2 so far in this game. Cross-checking. The Eagles get a chance to go on top, sent the length of the ice. Pavelski actually had moved out of there for Wisconsin. There he is, getting the puck. And a short-handed chance, drops it off for Burish. Pavelski will take it back in behind the net. He's their leading scorer, he's their leading penalty killer. He's the setter on the first line, and did a heck of a job right there. That got fanned on. Collins brings it in on side. Back at Boyle, never got a shot off. Motherwell will take it. He was on the wrong side to get a quick shot. Wants one, blue line, can't find an alley. Harrell with him. Harrell now working on this power play. He hasn't earlier tonight. Boyle in the high slot. Tried to tip it, got knocked down.
That just tells me that Jerry York does not want to give up a shorthanded goal in a 1-1 game. Does not want to play a point with a forward. He'll play Harold even though he's not 100% just for defensive purposes.
That right ankle is Harold's problem. Boyle moves it in the near side. Power play for the Eagles. Boyle pushes it with 1:03 left to go on the advantage. Boyle, great control of the puck right there. Motherwell near side. You've seen his shot. He can gun it. That one got blocked. Came back to get it. Carlson blocked it and cleared it out.
My man Carlson, he's awesome, that kid.
New TV show, My Man Carlson. Boy, you'd have a lot to show on it, I'll tell you that. Here
I want to become an agent. I want to become that kid's agent, man.
Motherwell drops it off on the far side. Looking to the net. Orpik was cutting. Blocked again. And cleared up and into the bench with 35 seconds left on the power play for BC. This year, the NCAA Men's Gymnastics Championships moves to Norman, Oklahoma. You can catch all the action ESPN2 on April 11th, 2:30 Eastern Time. And for a preview of all the championships, visit ncaasports.com. Kevin Patrick just took one to the noogie. That puck came off the ice and hit him.
Always pay attention on that bench, Kevin. Don't fall asleep ever. You'll get one right in the coconut. I've seen some of the worst injuries in the world by a coach not paying attention.
Power play still underway. Point chance. That one goes wide, and not a lot on that, in fact, from the near side point. Boston College still has time here. 23 left on the power play. That got blocked. Barrio along the near side wall. Bertram tried to hold it in after taking the shot. Ayala moves it in. Lost it. His stick got picked up, and it's cleared. Boston College all year. A power play just 15% effective. 45th in the country. 7 seconds left to go, and they're going to lose the final 7 as they will be penalized. Gerby going to the box.
Well, you're exactly right, Gary. It's very ill-timed. 4-on-4 for 6 seconds, and basically a full 2-minute power play by Wisconsin, who has looked awesome on the power play.
Boston College trying to put away their 3rd championship in their 7th final appearance. They won one in '49 and then in 2001. Now the opportunity here. They have been to the Final Four 19 times in their history. This faceoff will be in the Boston College zone. Boston College now is going to need to clear it as the power play will be underway right now for a minute 54. Power play Badgers shorthanded. Ferrio in, shot blocked into the corner. That one got knocked down by Coubertans, who got a stick on the shot. Wisconsin will get out their penalty, their power play unit right now. Carlson will stay out. Carlson brings it in. Ferrio reaching in from behind, takes him down. Good hold in at the point. Coubertans dumped it in behind the net. Game tied 1-1, third period. National title on the mark here. Power play's been 0 for 4. The Wisconsin Badgers not had a lot of chances off it. Carlson reaching in, dug it out. Likens leaves it off to the far side. Coubertans behind the net. McMurtry couldn't handle it, and Likens can't hold it in, so they're going to have to clear. Pop that one into the glove, but it's going to be whistled on the offside with 1:07 left on the power play for the Badgers.
And we mentioned before, don't forget the BC team has scored 12 shorthanded goals this year, so they certainly will take it to the net if there is a breakdown. They're not scared to do that, and they've got the right type of players to do it too, so they would love to win this game with a shorthanded goal.
Mike Eves shouting out instructions as he gets a new power play unit. In fact, his #1 power play unit. Boyle on the far side. That got chipped up off the dash, knocked away, held in on the far side, and Boston College able to clear it out. Played back at the other end. Elliott left it off behind the net. 49 seconds left to go. Robert Earl back out there. He has scored the goal for the Badgers and is out there on the power play unit. Otherwell wraps it around the near side, knocked down along the half wall by Burridge, held in at the point. Chaudhry trying to set a pickup back to Earl. They've got open people here not shooting. Earl back to get it, and then what happens is they pop it up. Short-handed opportunity the other way. Collins pushed it in for Boyle. Boyle, that enormous reach of his, takes it into the corner.
Gary, you're exactly right. They had two better chances earlier. They wouldn't shoot. They're looking to make a perfect play when they could have fired it on the wrong side.
11 seconds left in the power play. 3-on-1 shot, and a big save made off Burridge. Burridge had a 3-on-1 chance on the power play, and Corey Snyder came up with a big save. Earl, 5-on-5. Earl's shot, that one gets blocked. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. 0 for 5 on the power play. Wisconsin. Boston College right back. Rooney drops it off. Backhander, save made, just held on to Gerby. And Boston College, their penalty killing, getting it done. A look at the chances when we return.
Well, Wisconsin had a great chance to take the lead, just couldn't get it done. The puck was in the right person's hands, Burridge, but Motherwell makes a good play defensively, spreading out in the zone, not letting the pass go across. A little bit later, Gerby with great speed takes it to the net. Nice backhand shot on Elliott, but had nothing of it. No room to put that puck in there. But two great chances by Boston College and by Wisconsin.
Two goaltenders, Brian Elliott and Corey Snyder, playing as expected. Almost impossible to beat. Faceoff will be to the left side of Elliott. Draw is won by Pavelski, cleared around the near side. Boston College again getting the work to hold it in. Good step up that time by Pat Gannon, who's got the goal for the Eagles. He helped hold it in initially. It'll be chased down by Harold, and it'll be an icing call. One of the great games in college hockey history was played by Wisconsin in order to get to the Frozen Four against Cornell. And it ended up going into 3 overtimes. You talk about the goaltending shows that were put on. Both netminders in that one just wore the shooters out until in the 3rd overtime, Jack Skilly got the game-winning goal. And here are the Badgers now down to the final 2.
Well, it was 1-0 too. That's what's amazing about that game.
Brought in deep. LeCarry in behind the net. LeCarry's played well. He's a 4th-line left winger, but in this game he's played tough with Andy Brandt. Brandt kicked it away to the near side. LeCarry giving chase. LeCarry forcing the play to Harold back in behind the net. We're seeing Harold's ice time pick up here in this championship game, and a takedown and a Wisconsin penalty. A delayed call. It's shipped in, and there's the whistle, and another Eagles power play.
Well, one way of looking at it is BC's due to have a good power play and get a power play goal, and you're exactly right about Harold. No use saving him for tomorrow. If he can get out there, he's a senior, he's smart, he's competitive, he's strong. They need him on the ice in every situation. A little bit of a corkscrew there. Penalty's going to be called. And here's your chance. Here's BC's chance right here.
Brent will be praying it doesn't cost his team the hooking call at 5:39.
Gary, you don't know how much he'll be praying.
Oh, boy. He's leaning right over the penalty box instead of sitting. Boston College power play one more time. They've had just one power play goal their last 25 chances. Held in by Harrell, working the point on the power play. Boyle, Ferriero moves in. That puck was fanned on, and actually Wisconsin got a break in doing so, but then they do not clear. Motherwell moves over, moved away. Likens trying to move it up short-handed. Likens getting hooked from behind, just enough to bring it up. Short-handed opportunity right there for this Wisconsin team, which has scored 6 power play goals. BC has given up 6. Wisconsin gets it back, and they'll ship it the length of the ice.
It's not a chance of Elliott having to make a bunch of saves, and that's why the power play is not scoring. They're just not even getting chances to score against Wisconsin.
There you see, you've seen this happen in your coaching and playing career. Sometimes a team runs out of confidence.
Oh, totally.
And that's what's happened here. Carlson the intercept.
You don't want the puck. You don't want to try and make a play. You're just hacking and whacking it.
They just do not believe in the power play, and as a result, Wisconsin's getting the chances. That one got gunned in wide. Joe Gray had the opportunity for Wisconsin. The fans applauding the PK here. Boyle will gain the red line and just send it in. It goes all the way around the dasher to the far side. Collins cannot handle that pass. Wisconsin gets it again, and again they clear.
And instead of the power play taking the momentum away from Wisconsin and giving it back to BC, it's done the exact opposite. The crowd is charged again by the way the penalty killers are working for Wisconsin. So it's basically killed any momentum BC had.
35 consecutive penalty kills for the Wisconsin Badgers, and they're moving in on adding another. Into the corner, the scrum. It is dug out Orpik, dumped it back into the corner. Boston College getting a third power play unit out there, and it's up against the wall where it'll be whistled for the face-off, and it'll stay in the zone.
When a power play gets this bad, sometimes you might as well just put out your 4th line, your 2 defensive defensemen, 5 guys who've never been on the power play before in their lives, and maybe they'll throw it at the net, hit somebody in the butt, and go in, because nothing else is working. The Stars aren't getting the job done.
Boston College, their leaders, Collins and Boyle, with 9 power play goals each. They've got 13 seconds left on this. Gerby will come on for the face-off for the Eagles, and he may get chased out of there. He will. He may have been sent in there just to try and get a change the other way, because Pavelski's winning face-offs, and he won that one. Taken behind the net by Gerby. Gerby tied it up. 5 seconds left to go on the power play for Boston, and that'll end up on the bench, and that's a BC break. It'll bring it offensive zone draw for the Eagles.
Well, if I'm looking for a positive sign for BC, it's they're working hard and they're getting the penalties called because of their effort. They're being hooked and held by Wisconsin, so that's a good sign that Boston is working very hard and drawing those penalties. But again, the power play has just zapped any energy that BC had up to this point out of them.
Gerby will stay out there to take this face-off, moving in against Jodry on the draw. BC a 36-23 advantage in face-off so far in this game. Give one more to Wisconsin, and that's it. Penalty is over, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey as the Eagles cannot convert on yet another power play chance, and Wisconsin continues a strong penalty kill. But now you see almost a different look for Boston College.
Yeah, now they're aggressive, they're attacking.
What a hit on Gerby. He gets right back up. Gerby got ladled against the wall and retaliates a little bit right there with a stick. He got leveled by Jeff Likens. Wisconsin back. The shot never got off. Back to the side of the net. Skilly goes down, but he just fell. That was not a penalty. Left in behind the net. Jodry at a point. And again, they pass up a shot in favor of a pass. Skilly comes out, gets hooked. There's a penalty. Power play coming up for the Badgers. Once BC touches it up, they haven't yet. Sent back in behind the net. There's the whistle. 1-1. Championship game. Third period. Wisconsin, the #1 seed. A power play. Game tied at 1 this year. The NCAA Men's Gymnastics Championships. Norman, Oklahoma. Catch all the action April 11, ESPN2 at 2:30. And you can check in on all the championships at ncaasports.com, the official online home of the NCAA. Aiello is under there hooking. 8:34. Wisconsin goes on the power play, and it is cleared by Boston College.
Great draw by Ferriero there. Won it. Got it out. 12 minutes left in the game, boy. Every drawing you're in just becomes huge.
Every play, the importance of it heightened. this championship game. Up off the dasher. Pavelski was standing there. Gets it away. Earl. Shot. Save made. Corey Snyder down. Saw that one coming. Up against the wall. It'll roll back out to center. Joe Rooney. Rooney trying to hold himself onside. Did. Could not control the puck, but a good effort by Rooney. Jodrey was back there covering it. Moved over. Gilbert. Gilbert looking for Earl. Earl cutting. Earl. Great strength to hang on to that puck. Ferrier was all over him. They've only got one back along the blue line. Everybody had collapsed down low. Jodrey was the only one back. Jodrey and Gilbert playing the point on the power play. Earl on the offside. Jodrey scores! Gilbert!
Talking about all game long. The BC power play's been awful. The Wisconsin power play's been getting better every time out, and that is great puck movement. Great pass. Pavelski makes that pass out to Gilbert coming right down the slot, and a great wrist shot right inside the far post. Earl was there for a little bit of problem. Gilbert makes a great shot and a great pass by Pavelski.
Now it is a 2-1 lead. Power play goal for Wisconsin. Collins in the middle. Poke checked away and cleared out of the zone by Carlson. The goal at 9:32, 12th of the season for Gilbert, who is second among defensemen in goals scored in the nation. He was on the all-first WCHA team this year, and their plus-minus leader coming in at a +27. He has given the Badgers a shot at the national championship. Collins in. Collins a wrister deflected wide. Boyle over to get it. Back to Collins behind the net. Puck up against the wall. Collins trying to dig it out. He'll get pushed against the wall himself. Cleared it up near side. Motherwell let it go by him. Motherwell could not hold it in. 2-on-1 the other way. Down in shot. And a save made off the side of the net. What a chance for a 2-goal lead right there. Jack Skilly in this line of Street, Carlson and Skilly flying.
Worst possible thing has happened for BC, and that is the crowd has become involved. It's a 1-goal game led by Wisconsin. Now BC has become unglued. Motherwell made a very basic mistake on the point, giving up a 2-on-1. He would never have done that before. So BC's got to settle down, though. Just get back. 1 goal is nothing. You got 9 minutes to get 1 goal. Don't panic and give up a bad play and make it a 2-goal lead right now.
Now won the draw. Held in at the line by Olinger into the corner. Jamming is Derby. Puck rolled to the side of the net. Boston College trying to clear here. They do. It'll be played by Wisconsin. Jodrey came back to get it. Off the far side boards, Dahl trying to dump it in. Intercepted. Knocked down in the zone was Brennan. BC got a break there with Brennan down. Got the puck 3-on-4 the other way. Big rub out on Green on the near side wall. Olander got a piece of him. Olander gets the puck. It's not cleared up. Motherwell turns it back. Boy, he is some kind of player. Shot from the point. Save made. Skips up and goes into the midsection. And Elliott's got it.
You're so right, Gary. Motherwell faked the shot right there. The Wisconsin player went down, tried to block the shot. Just pulled it into the middle, passed it, had a great scoring chance. So that's what Motherwell has to do. Show a little poise right now. Maybe the rest of the guys will feed off a play like that and not panic. Get back to what they've done so well all year long, and that's just outwork Wisconsin for the next 9 minutes.
Earl, who has picked up one of the 2 goals for Wisconsin, back out on the ice. 8:56 remaining to go. 33-21 the shots in favor of Wisconsin. And they win the faceoff. Earl on the near side, able to tip that one out to center. Here comes Burridge. Save made on the chance. Puck loose top of the circle, held in. Pavelski with a good move to hold that one in the extra second, and all those seconds count right now. Gervais cleared it out of the zone. Pavelski back in, and another penalty coming on the Eagles. Just a good hard effort creates the penalty.
No, you're exactly right, Gary. Great pass by Pavelski. You're going to see a nice little saucer pass right through right there. Have to take the man down. That's what happens.
So an enormously important power play here for the Badgers. They've scored one power play goal now in this game. Billingary is out of there in the slashing call at 11:29. He will watch as the penalty killers will be looking for their specialty, a short-handed goal. The face-off, though, is going to come in the Boston College end. And they've got to get apparently a new marsh peg that holds that net down.
And this is good for BC, Gary. It lets everyone settle down. It takes the adrenaline out of the Wisconsin team. The crowd will settle down a little bit. So this is not a bad thing, this little bit of stoppage in play for BC.
Burrish sliding in.
That line's been awesome. Burrish, Pavelski, Earl, the last part of this game, they've really taken over those three. You can see they're one of the best lines in the nation.
While they take care of the net, we'll pause. We'll be right back. Wisconsin leads it 2-1. There's a lot of praying going on here.
She's winning. What's she worried about?
Wisconsin has the 2-1 lead. They have the power play opportunity. They are 1 for 7 so far on the advantage. BC's got to kill this off. You got to believe in order to keep their hopes alive and keep it a one-goal game. Earl is set up in front of the net. Lusky trying to drive back out in front. Taken out of the play. Mike Brennan would not let him make the turn. Gilbert at the point will hold it in. Gilbert drops it off to Earl. He goes back up on the blue line. Jodre, good passing here, but no shots coming off it. Jodre, Gilbert, Earl into the middle of D. Jodre's chance. That may have hit a post. Rebound shot. That hit a skate and goes back in behind the net. Couple of good opportunities. Gianna was there and they cleared.
They ran the same play that Gilbert scored on from the other side, and Jodre got the shot. Great block though down low by Brennan.
Gilbert got the goal at 9:32 on the power play here in the third period to give Wisconsin that 2-1 lead. They've got 1:11 left on the advantage. Skilly moves it in. Skilly. Barrio, he went by him all the way in behind the net. Motherwell putting the hit on, freeing the puck up. Turns, looking for an alley to clear, and does.
He's been awesome today, Motherwell. Great young player, freshman.
Unbelievable performance here. All season long, he's been like that. 4 goals, 19 assists. More importantly, though, his defensive play. That one partially fanned on the attempted clear in, so it's sent back the other way. Silverstan's trying to drop it in. Boston College short-handed, deflected on the centering pass put in the middle by Rooney. Mario was the man who was cutting. Skilly looking to get it out in front. Skilly skated right into Rooney on defense. Motherwell backed it up. Harold's back there, takes his man down. Motherwell gets it and clears. 19 to go on the power play for Wisconsin. Gilbert back. Penalty kill here. You know that will fire up the Eagles offensively. They can get it back, and cleared off the wall by Gianna. Wouldn't go the distance. Now they get another short-handed effort. Move back in. Gianna looking. Shot gloved. Lost it. That one fell away on the far side. Matt Green was there. Green swirling in the corner. Green sends it back over the point. Shot by Brennan deflected off the screen, and that'll be whistled, and the power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5. Here's our Coke Zero game track.
Well, again, you look at the numbers. Boston College, no power play goals, no really power play chances. That zapped any energy they had. Corey Snyder's been awesome as far, I think, the best player on the ice today for either team. Robbie Earl played great. Goal scorer's goal. Burris, Pavelski, and Earl have had a great game, which they didn't have in the previous game. They didn't need to, but against BC, they've certainly been the best line for Wisconsin.
And a great finish for you here with this thing, a one-goal differential. And only 6:17 left to go. The Eagles will have Brennan out there on the ice defensively. Cleared ahead. Gervais will wind up and take it. Blocked into the corner. Played by Engel. Engel pushed it up the wall, but not out. Dumped right back in behind the net. Good hold in. And got that short, tough line. Green, Gianna turning it, spinning it here off the boards. Green dumps it back in behind the net. Try and set Gianna up. Gianna off the wall. Took the check from behind, and Wisconsin clears.
Great work by BC, but they just can't get the puck to the net.
Look at Earl. He outraced 2 BC defenders that time to come and get that puck. Taken out of the play by Harold. Harold had to drop it deeper. Big time effort by Robbie Earl. Turnover by Boston College. Jodre. Jodre waiting. Teammates changing behind the play. McMurtry in behind the net. Left it. Dowell wraparound chance. That gets blocked, and he gets dumped. Brennan got a stick on it to block it, and then cleared it up the wall up the center, and a whistle as that touched somebody on the bench. And we're down to 5:16 remaining to go. You have seen Mike Eaves, the coach for Wisconsin. Well, that's his son. His son is a video assistant coach for Boston College.
That's Mr. Eaves right there.
So the Wisconsin coach's son is the video assistant for the opposition tonight. 2 of his sons have attended Boston College. Sent in offside.
That's a little weird.
Doesn't happen very often, does it?
No. It's the whole idea of coaching in a school. Your kids go there free, I thought.
I want to bring that up. Back in behind the net, Elliott swings it around the other way. Boston College desperate to get one. Motherwell passed off near side for Collins, but it got blocked. He just turned that one to the net. Held in. Bulgari's shot. That'll be held onto by Elliott. And now things really start to heat up.
Well, Wisconsin's doing such a good job of keeping the BC players to the outside. Wisconsin's a much bigger team. We've talked about the heart and soul of BC, but they're not big physically. Boyle's really the only giant forward they got. Everyone else is 5'10", 5'9", 5'8". You just can't get to the front of the net against those big defensemen for Wisconsin. So that'll be the game plan. Winning draws, keeping everybody to the outside, and making sure that Elliott, arguably the best goaltender in the nation, sees the puck. If he sees it, he's going to stop it.
Anthony Aiello back at a point. They want to get it to Brett Motherwell, who's in the middle of the blue line, but first you got to win the draw, and they did not. Pavelski won a big draw right there, and it's cleared out. Aiello comes back into the end to get it, stuck up against the wall on him. Cleared it back out to center. Wisconsin want to get it deep every time. Earl is shot, and that'll be held onto for a whistle by Corey Schneider. You got to be multifaceted to be a success in life, and for Brian Elliott, not only is he a good, really good goaltender, but
do you really want me to?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Moose call for Brian Elliott. 4:26 left to go here. Aiello coming back to get it.
That's got to work good at parties, though.
You don't do that in Maine, I'll tell you. He'll actually get him. Rooney knocked it down along the wall, gets it back at center. And Ferrio up ice ahead of the play, but they couldn't get the puck to him. Centering pass gets blocked. Aiello will have to come back for Boston College in his own end. It'll roll in on net. That has to be covered up. He was hoping for an icing. Schneider was, but that puck was rolling right at him.
Well, Wisconsin's going to make sure that every faceoff is 200 feet from their net. They're going to make sure nobody gets behind them. They're going to make sure that no one is outnumbered. It's always 3-on-3s, 4-on-4s. But they got to be careful. They just can't sit on this and try and win 2-1. They just can't let Boston College continue to come. Make BC play a little bit of defense also.
4:04 left. Earl has had 8 shots in this game himself. 8 of the 35. That one goes on a hand pass whistle before the shot, and the faceoff is going to be moved out to center ice. Eagles got to keep themselves under control there as well. They cannot go shorthanded again here.
Jerry's got to pull some magic out of all that experience he's got.
34 years head coach, 2 national championships. Face off one deep into the zone. Gilbert will come back to get it. Gilbert on the hard around to the far side. Does not clear. Held in by the Eagles. Looking into the middle. Shot right through the paint. Motherwell a chance. That gets blocked. Motherwell was open for a moment. Tried to dump it in front. Did. Rolled into the paint and back out again. Point blast. That gets blocked out to center as Harold took the chance. Harold drops it off. Not out of the zone. It'll be held in.
Great block by Joe Dre. Great block.
A penalty. That's the one we were talking about. With 3:28 left to go, Peter Harold is going to be called and will go to the penalty box. Consternation for Jerry York and for the Eagles. But hey, a short-handed unit has produced all year. That penalty makes them short-handed again. Some 17,800 on hand here in Milwaukee, most of them cheering for the Badgers. And would love to be able to just explode here in 3:28 for the national championship. Peter Harold is out of there. The boarding at 16:32. And on the power play goes the Badgers against this Boston College team, second in the nation in short-handed goals. Pavelski wins yet another draw. Gilbert working a point with Joe Drake. Earl's on the far side. They try and get it to him. It is gloved and held onto by Corey Schneider.
I'll tell you, Mike Eaves has got guts because he's playing a point and power play in a one-goal game with 3:21 left in the period. I think most coaches would be firing out another defenseman. But obviously he's got faith in Joe Drake's defensive ability. He's obviously a great offensive player. He's got a big shot, sees the ice well, but I don't know.
It's risky.
It's risky.
Especially against a good shorthanded unit.
That have scored 12 shorthanded goals this year. Exactly right.
Pavelski again moves in on the draw, and again he wins it. He has had a big second half of this game on faceoffs. Gilbert, softy up towards Earl. Earl drops it back. Pavelski sends it around the far side. They look to set it up here. Burish working the half wall. They overload all the time and keep their leading goal scorer Earl on the weak side, and will try and pass it to him from right there if they can. Shot, save, rebound. And here come the Eagles shorthanded. Down to 2:53 left to go in the game. Boyle overskated. Rooney takes it, trying to go deeper. Whistled on an offside.
I tell you, Schneider's been so confident. He's continuing the battle. So square to the shooter. Pavelski walked right out of the corner. Schneider didn't go for the pass. He was playing shot the whole way. Excellent job. Again, puck stays in front of him, doesn't go to the side. What a great job this kid's done today for Boston. What a great year he's had for Boston College.
35 saves he's had to make. Barry York going to get a little strategy going over there as to how they want to play this. Still a minute 23 to go on the penalty. 2:50 left to go in the game. Wisconsin's got the power play. Pavelski again will move in to take the straw. And Boston College has not been able to find anybody who can win the faceoff against him here in this third period. Moved by Gilbert up through the middle. Pavelski, it ends up in a 3-on-2 for the moment. 3-on-3 shot off the blocker, up off the glass. Earl in behind the net. Played Pavelski back in front. Wraparound chance. That got blocked. Rebound. Looking. Gilbert lost it. Gilbert put his head up and the puck stayed there. Collins, short-handed shot, just missed as it went wide on the far side. Back to center. Gianna for Boston College. Pavelski, they do battle. Batted straight up in the air. 48 left on the power play. Wisconsin. Puck rolled deeper into the zone. What an effort by Collins as he gets taken down. Can't ask for a bigger effort, though.
That's where he shot the puck yesterday or Thursday when he got the shorthanded goal. The exact same position.
Likens brings it up. Power play still underway. His shot gets blocked again. And again, the Eagles trying to find a way to get it up ice. Can't. They clear. Carlson dumps it in. 23 left on the power play. Minute 49 left in the period. Well, that was close to a high stick right there. No call. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off in the Boston College zone.
Well, again, we've mentioned Schneider, how well he's playing. Pavelski, we've mentioned how well he's played the last part of this game. Just a great, strong power move by Pavelski. Schneider was there. Actually, it hit the defenseman right on the skate as he was going in. Great work down low in front of Schneider, but Schneider's been a tower of strength all game long for Boston.
Wisconsin looking for their 6th Division I hockey championship. They've got the 2-1 lead. They've got the house on their side, but they've got the Eagles on the ice. Libertans dropped it back in behind the net. 12 seconds left on the power play. Dowell in the corner, tied up. Eagles took it away. Libertans stepped up again. Puck sitting there. Burris trying to reach in and help out. Knocked away by Brennan. Power play over. 5-on-5. Dowell in behind the net. A minute 22 left to go. Third period. Wisconsin that close to a national championship. The Eagles will rush at the center. Green trying to send it in along the wall. Did. Libertans clears it around the boards. Boston College was changing, so a lot of open ice. Hits the lineman. Aiello comes back to get it and falls down. Aiello picks it up. Good pass to Green. Green will move it in. 1:02 left to go. Bouncing puck wide. Goaltender still in at the other end. Knocked down by Harrell. Harrell clears it in. BC's way offside. They clear the zone. They keep the play going. Carlson sends it length of the ice. 50 seconds left to go. Wisconsin trying to become the first school to have the men and women both win the Division I hockey championships. Cleared back out. Goaltender still in. Overskated. Gary had to come back to get it. Could not. Taken away. Pavelski. Great job by Pavelski. 30 seconds left to go. Boyle, center on the first line. Puck stayed right behind him. Collins has it. Collins shot goes wide of the net. Rebounded up to the near side point. Boyle held it in. Down to 22 seconds left to go. Empty net at the other end. Not out of the zone. Motherwell kept it in. Motherwell drops it in the middle. Collins reached for it. Couldn't get it. Played at the line. Shot. Blocked. Loose. Free from the point. And let's skip talking about is this.
Watch what happens. The puck gets to the net. The ref is right there. You see the ref with the arms flying. Now watch what happens behind the play. It's deflected off the post with plenty of time left. That would have counted, no doubt about it. What a gutsy effort by BC.
Tremendous game coming right down to the final shot. And Wisconsin claims the national championship, and as you just saw, it could not have been closer. With under 2 seconds to go, the puck bouncing off the post. Had it gone in, it would have tied the game up. And the seniors on this Wisconsin team 4 years ago played in a rebuilding process where they ended up 13 games below 500. And in the course of 4 years, all under Eves, they have now won the national championship.
Well, Mike Eves didn't at one time thought he was going to be fired, Gary. He didn't, things were tough. They weren't winning. They had some trouble with some stuff off the ice. And Mike was really wondering if he's going to end up, staying here in Wisconsin, being a chance to build this franchise. But the best team won today. I don't think anyone that knows hockey would doubt that Wisconsin's more talented than BC.
Bob Norton joining us upstairs here. How was that for a finish?
It's terrific. I think the best team, as Barry says, won the hockey game. Boston College had some chances on power play, but their problems on power play continued, and that was a big factor in the game. I thought that Schneider might steal the game. He was playing so terrifically well. You thought he had a chance, but BC just couldn't get real, right until the very end there, just couldn't get real threatening shots on Elliott. This is the best I've seen Wisconsin play in the tournament thus far. They had their A game today in all phases, and I thought they were terrific in every way, and their goaltender was good when he had to be, in the post up right there at the end.
Well, we just saw Robbie Earl has been named the outstanding player, and that line was great. Pavelski hasn't done much in the Final Four. I thought he was awesome today. Burrish was good. Skilly was awesome, played a great game. My man Ross Carlson played another strong game.
Barry, Pavelski must have won 100 faceoffs. Every time I watch an in-zone faceoff, Pavelski wins the faceoff. The faceoff differential today for Wisconsin versus Boston College was a huge differential in possessions, and Pavelski right there at the end won a bunch.
Second half of the game, it was enormously in favor of Wisconsin when they needed them, and it allowed them to maintain puck control and did it well. What a job done by this Wisconsin team to get where they are. Members of the 1990 championship team, the last time they won. About a half a dozen of those players are on hand here to see this game. There is Chris Collins, who came that close to tying this game up at the end when they had the empty net opportunity.
Yeah, you got to give BC a lot of credit too. What a great effort. 17,000 fans here, all in red. The 200 BC fans, 50 of them in the band. They just did.
I thought those 200 fans really let BC down today, too. I didn't hear them at all.
I'll tell you something.
They nailed it in.
But I'll tell you, this was a great effort by Boston College, and this is about the most hostile Frozen Four situation for a visiting team. That was really what it was, a visiting team. And you got to give them all the credit in the world for hanging in until the very end. Look at that. That's
game
unbelievable.
Oh,
boy.
Celebration going on the ice. Seki, the assistant coach, was on the 90 team that won. He's now an assistant coach with Wisconsin, so he is celebrated as a player and now gets to celebrate it as an assistant coach for the Badgers, who take this national championship.
Yeah, about a quarter of an inch away from not celebrating, would you say?
Yeah, right that close.
Well, I'll tell you, BC has the youngest team in the Frozen Four. They're only going to get better and better. They got one senior defenseman, Harold, that they'll lose. The goaltender's a sophomore. He'll be a junior next year. He'll get better and better. This team's best days are ahead of them. I'm not saying they'll make it back to the Frozen Four, because that's not your right, no matter how talented you are. But this team's got a lot of guts. To walk in here, as Bob said, everybody against you in a one-game series against a more talented team and put on a show like this, that team's got a lot of character and guts in that dressing room.
Neither team owes anybody anything tonight. No. This was a great effort, and I was so impressed with Wisconsin. We've seen them play. This is by far, I think, their best effort. This is the most consistent game they had offensively, defensively, the best flow they've had. They just, I thought, had their A game today. Terrific game.
And how good was Corey Snyder for Boston College? 39 shots by Wisconsin. So he had to have a 37 save performance in a loss in a one-goal game as Brian Elliott continues his magnificent numbers. 21 saves on 22 shots for Wisconsin. And the winningest goaltender puts another one up in the W column, where in the game that mattered most.
Yeah, you know, you ask your goaltender to give you a chance to win, and Schneider did that coming in. Gave him a chance, and Elliott certainly won the game, but Schneider did what he was asked to do. He gave a shot to win right to the end.
And then I'll tell you, I think any goaltender will tell you, he'd be much rather be on a 39-shot side of it, seeing lots of rubber. You know, it was 5 or 6 minutes at a time, Elliott didn't see a shot, and when there was a shot, it was through traffic. It was that ugly style shot that BC scores on most of the time. So those aren't easy games to be a goaltender in. You know, that's Marty Brodeur, what makes Marty Brodeur great. He's been doing that with the Devils. He only sees 15, 16 shots a year, but he's got to make one key save at every key time in the game. That's how you win championships.
How about these Wisconsin fans? So in this, they add something to the. It's unbelievable.
We talked about the fact they have packed the building at Wisconsin, 13,500 per game this year. It is the 8th consecutive season Wisconsin's had the largest attendance in Division I hockey, and they have had that record 32 times overall in Wisconsin's history, the largest fan base. And there's the national trophy that will be celebrated not only by the team but by the fans. We'll get the award of the most outstanding player for the NCAA Frozen Four as well. Let's get out now to Mike Hall. Mike?
Guys, here with one of the leaders of the team, Adam Burrish. You grew up a Badger fan. You've had season tickets your whole life. What does it feel like to now add to the history of the Badgers with a national title?
You can't describe it. Look at this place. Look at these fans. What a better place to win it. All year we talked about getting to Milwaukee and winning a national championship. We did it. Look at this place. It's unbelievable.
What kind of genes are in the Burrish family? We got 2 national champions now.
I have no idea what's going on. Thanks, Mom and Dad, I guess. But my sister challenged me. I had to meet the challenge.
Think you're gonna let her touch this trophy now?
She can't touch mine. Not a chance.
Congratulations, Gary.
See you at the KK.
We'll see. I have a feeling, they may exchange trophies at home one of these days. Why not? But what a tremendous year for hockey at Wisconsin.
And I'll tell you, BC stayed on the ice and watched this.
Yep.
And I think the reason they did that so the players would know how much it hurt. And there's always a saying in hockey, losing hurts more than winning feels good. This loss will stay with those kids for a long time. Next year, they'll be a motivated team, and they'll want to make sure that someone has to watch them carry the trophy around.
Point well taken. Jerry York kept his club out there to watch because, as Barry said, not only are they the youngest team in the Frozen Four, they are the youngest Division I hockey team in the nation at the average age of 20. So even when his players tried to go off the ice, he said no. And you know what they're going to do? This is what they do at the end of every game in the history of Boston College. They salute their fans. And he's telling his players to get back out on the ice because they haven't done that yet. So Jerry York's going to pull his guys out. There's a section that has the fans in it from Boston College, and they will salute the fans before they leave.
It's a classy gesture, but it's also a smart coaching move because you can get a lot out of this in the future. Jerry's going to be coaching these guys for the next 4 years, and he'll be talking about this all summer. He'll be talking about this with the recruiting class. He'll get a lot of use out of this.
Nobody classier than Jerry York. Simple as that.
There's the banging of the sticks, and now they'll go off the ice. We'll get on to Mike Hall.
Guys, here with Tom Gilbert, the man who had the winning goal. How does it feel like to have a national championship winning goal?
Being a senior, being here was a dream come true, and getting that game-winning goal is the most unbelievable feeling ever.
You said you wished it almost went to overtime?
You know, it would have been nice to this crowd go up and everyone celebrate at once, but you know what? As long as we're winning, this is unbelievable.
How do you describe what the crowd was like for you guys?
This crowd is the best crowd in the whole country. They've been behind us all year, all my 4 years. This is the best college hockey ever.
Congratulations on the win and the goal.
Thank you.
Gary?
He's their leading plus-minus man. It is his 3rd game-winning goal of the season. Scored to the 2nd most goals among defensemen in the nation in Division I. And he gets the game winner for the national championship. And there's the coach and the AD. And any coach left has an AD hugging him anywhere at any time. Does that mean a contract extension, says Mike?
I was hugged by a GM a couple times too.
Well, here you are.
Later.
Let's look at the Pontiac high performance moment. Earl knocked down. Wanted to go to the bench. Sees they've got the puck. Heads to the front of the net. And yes, so does the puck. There's the first goal that ended up tying this game at 1-1, and that's our Pontiac high performance moment. All right, congratulations to the Badgers from Wisconsin. We'll be back here in Milwaukee. The championship goes to the Badgers over BC 2-1.
Back here on the ice at the Bradley Center, Mike Hall along with the winning coach. Congratulations on the win. Walk me through those final seconds when it got really tense at the end.
Well, we had a great chance to get it out, and we did
they kept it in. They end up hitting the post. And I mean, you're an inch away from being tied up at the end of the game. So, you know what? We got it done. The kids, both teams' kids, put their hearts on the ice. And you know what? The winning goal was a beautiful power play goal. And that's something that you can't take away from us.
You're tied at 1 in the second intermission. What do you say to guys in the locker room going to that third period?
Well, we talked about the game up at Lambeau. We talked about the game up in Green Bay, the regionals, that, you know, this is our state. Let's make sure nobody comes in and takes it away. It's about our will versus their will.
And you said to me earlier that the will has to overtake the skill, and that was your motto. How much did that come true today?
It did, because it was such a battle. Both teams fought so hard. Every loose puck was a huge battle. And I think if we went through the games, they won 50%, we won 50%.
Congratulations, Mike Eaves. Gary?
Mike Eaves at the start of the season had duplicates made of the WCHA Championship Trophy, the tournament trophy they played during the year, and the national trophy. And he brought it into the locker room to the players at the start of the season. Said, I want you to look at all 3 of these because they're all within our grasp. They were, but they were this close to going into overtime. That's the shot BC had with under 2 seconds left that hit the post and bounced out.
It's unbelievable when you see games like that, and they played about as well as they can play, and they came an 1/8 of an inch to having the game go to an extra session. And I'll guarantee you, when you talk to Coach Eaves and he looks at the film, he'll say, guys, we couldn't have played much better than this.
Amazing. Wisconsin comes away with a national championship. And if you really want to look ahead, folks, on October 26th and 28th, these 2 teams are going to meet up in Madison in a non-conference game. It's already scheduled. 2-1, Wisconsin over Boston College. They are the Division I champions in college hockey. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Baseball Tonight is going to be coming up next. For all of our crew here in Milwaukee, thank you for joining us, everybody. Barry Melrose, Mike Hall, Bob Norton and company. We hope you enjoyed it. And congratulations to the Badgers. They win it by a score of 2-1. Baseball Tonight is next.